Welcome to a sold-out SmackDown from San Antonio, Texas. Do we have an exciting show for you tonight?
I can't wait for the action to begin. Just look at these WWE fans.
They've really come alive here tonight in the Alamo City. They know they're about to see the greatest superstars in sports entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SmackDown, coming to you tonight from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Deep in the heart of wrestling country, this crowd is fired up, and so am I.
An enthusiastic crowd and the greatest superstars in sports entertainment. You can't ask for more than that. It's the city so nice they named it twice. Tonight, SmackDown comes to you from the Big Apple, New York City.
It's the greatest city in the world, and it's always good to be back home.
It sure is, partner. And you know, it's always a huge event whenever SmackDown comes to the city that never sleeps. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to sunny San Jose, California. You're not going to believe what we've got for you tonight.
I can hardly believe it myself. This is going to be off the charts.
You got that right. And so are these San Jose fans. They can't wait to see the SmackDown superstars in action, and neither can I. The Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, is home to SmackDown tonight, and what a show we've got for you.
I hate to agree with you, but you hit that one right on the head. These WWE fans are in for a real treat.
You know it, partner. The SmackDown superstars are ready for action, and I can't wait to get started. Tonight, SmackDown's going to bring down the house in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm Michael Cole here with JBL at ringside.
And I'm so fired up for tonight's show, I can't wait.
Neither can I, and I'm sure these Salt Lake fans can't either, so let's get this show on the road. Good evening, and welcome to Los Angeles, where a sellout crowd is ready for some SmackDown action.
Yeah, LA is full of stars, but tonight they're gonna see the WWE superstars.
And not just any superstars, but the SmackDown superstars, the greatest superstars in sports entertainment. Tinseltown will never be the same. I'm Michael Cole, this is JBL, and we welcome you to Portland, Oregon. It's been a long time since we've come to Portland, and it's great to be back.
The Rose City's gonna get its face rocked tonight, and I, for one, can't wait.
And neither can these fans. We better get started, or we might have a riot on our hands. It's a sold-out crowd tonight in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and what a show we've got for you tonight.
You can say that again. There won't be much love lost in the city of brotherly love tonight.
There sure won't. The SmackDown superstars are fired up, and so are these WWE fans, so let's get started. Good evening, and welcome to SmackDown, coming to you tonight from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hot Atlanta is ready to go, and I'm just as fired up as this sellout crowd.
With good reason. You and I know both what's coming up, and these fans are definitely getting their money's worth tonight. Houston, Texas is home to SmackDown action tonight. I'm Michael Cole here with JBL at ringside, and what a show we've got for you tonight.
Absolutely. After tonight, Houston's never going to know what hit it.
You've got that right, partner. The Space City loves SmackDown, and the superstars are not going to let them down. Listen to that crowd. This is Michael Cole with JBL at ringside, bringing you SmackDown action from Huntsville, Alabama.
They're already going crazy, and the action hasn't even started yet. This is going to be absolutely huge.
No question. The SmackDown superstars never fail to bring the house down, and Seattle will never be the same after tonight. Good evening, and welcome to Miami, Florida, and we are in for an unbelievable evening of SmackDown action.
This Miami crowd is all fired up. They can't wait for the show to start, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, and I know the entire SmackDown locker room feels the same way, so what are we waiting for? A sold-out crowd in Memphis, Tennessee is on its feet and ready for another exciting evening of SmackDown action.
I tell you, we're bigger than Elvis tonight. This crowd can't wait.
That's a big claim to make, partner. But you might just be right. Elvis was only one superstar, but SmackDown's got a whole locker room full of them. A big SmackDown welcome to all of our North American fans from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm Michael Cole, here with JBL at ringside.
And these Canadian fans are just as fired up as the U.S. fans. It's going to be a great show tonight.
You're absolutely right. There's no doubt in my mind that the SmackDown superstars are going to give Toronto the show of a lifetime. Welcome to a sold-out show from the Great White North. Tonight, SmackDown comes to you from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Yeah, parlez-vous français, Michael?
Better stick to your version of English, partner. No matter what language you speak, the actions of the SmackDown superstars will speak much louder than words. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a sold-out show here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And you couldn't fit another fan in here with a crowbar. It's cheeseheads as far as the eye can see.
It sure is. Green Bay knows that they're about to see the greatest superstars in all of sports entertainment. I can't wait to get started. Good evening to our U.S. and Canadian fans from Vancouver, B.C., and what a show we've got for you tonight, partner?
What's with the A, Michael? You trying to kiss up to these Canadians?
What can I say? The enthusiasm of these Vancouver fans is contagious. I can't remember the last time I saw a crowd this pumped up for SmackDown action. A big Southern California welcome to all our SmackDown fans. I'm Michael Cole, here with JBL, ringside in San Diego.
Boy, SmackDown is hot in the 619 area code. This sellout crowd can't wait for the show to start, and neither can I.
No kidding, partner. San Diego couldn't be more excited for SmackDown action, and we couldn't be more excited to be here.
This sold-out crowd is on its feet tonight here in St. Louis, Missouri.
These fans are so excited, I'm having a hard time staying in my own seat myself.
I'm with you on that, partner. We've got a great show here tonight for these St. Louis fans, and I can't wait to get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Cole and JBL here at ringside, welcoming you to Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hey, I got top billing tonight. I like it. Keep it up.
Well, what can I say? These Minneapolis fans have got me in such a great mood. I'm feeling especially generous tonight. Tonight, WWE comes to you from Detroit, Michigan. And take a look at this capacity crowd behind me. Could they be any more excited?
Detroit was built on blood, sweat, and American steel. And that's exactly what they're going to see tonight.
You're absolutely right. The SmackDown superstars are going to take the Motor City to the limit tonight. Good evening, and welcome to a sold-out show from Phoenix, Arizona. And have we got a show for you tonight?
Every SmackDown show is bigger and better than the one that came before, but tonight's going to be bigger than all of them.
That's a bold statement, partner, but I can't disagree. I don't think Phoenix has any idea what they're in for tonight.
Welcome to Boston, Massachusetts, where this sold-out crowd is on its feet.
These Boston fans are nuts. They've got a taste of championship fever these last couple of years, and they want more.
Well, they're going to get it. SmackDown's champions are here. Boston's going to see the best of the best in action tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to SmackDown Action, coming to you tonight from Manchester, New Hampshire.
You know what they say, New Hampshire's all right if you like fighting. The Granite State's ready for some action here tonight.
And they're going to get it. The SmackDown superstars never fail to go all out, and that's why SmackDown's the #1 brand in sports entertainment.
A north of the border welcome to all of our SmackDown fans. We're coming to you tonight from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
I love coming to Canada and seeing that SmackDown's just as big outside the USA as we are back home.
If not bigger. These Edmonton fans cannot be more fired up for tonight's show. And they know that they're in for the thrill of a lifetime.
Ladies and gentlemen, the SmackDown superstars are coming to you tonight from Kansas City, Missouri.
They call Kansas City the heart of America, and what could be more American than SmackDown action?
Nothing that I can think of, partner. I know the SmackDown superstars can't wait to put on a show for Kansas City, and neither can I. Hershey, Pennsylvania has gone absolutely crazy for SmackDown action.
I can't believe this capacity crowd. Just when I think they can't get any more fired up, they kick it up another notch.
That's because they know that they're about to see the greatest superstars in sports entertainment. Who can blame them for being excited? We are just minutes away from SmackDown action coming to you tonight from Anaheim, California. And have you ever seen a crowd more excited than this one here?
Excited's not the word. These Anaheim fans can't wait to get going, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, partner. Let's get this show on the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SmackDown action from Calabasas, California.
I don't know what it is about Calabasas. Every time we're here, it kind of feels like home.
I know what you mean, partner. It must be the great reception we get from these Southern California fans.
My God, would you look at that. Talk about a crimson mask.
It's unfortunate, but you always run that risk in a match like this.
Unfortunate? What are you talking about? This is great.
Oh, my. I think someone's just been busted open.
Look at all that blood. These fans are getting their money's worth tonight.
I think these fans came here to see superstars compete in a match, not beat each other to a bloody pulp.
Oh, look at that. He's bleeding like a stuck pig.
I can't tell if that's a cut or a broken nose, but either way, the referee might need to stop this fight.
The ref's not going to stop the match. It's just a little blood. Be a man, would you?
Oh, no. I think he's bleeding from that last shot.
Wow, you're not kidding. He's busted wide open.
Get in there and take a look at him, ref.
That's the way to do it. Nothing like the sight of your own blood to take the fight out of you.
I hope this is over soon. No matter how many times I see this, I just can't get used to it.
What? You getting a little squeamish? This ain't ballet, you know.
He's bleeding all over the place. This one's getting ugly.
It isn't pretty, but it's effective. You make your opponent bleed, and you got a psychological edge over him.
Maybe so, but I'm more concerned about the risk to his physical well-being now that he's been busted open.
Wow, did you see that? He's been busted wide open.
After that last shot, I'm not surprised. I hope the referee doesn't let this go on too much longer.
What are you, nuts? The match is getting good now.
And it looks like he's bleeding. This is not going to help his chances.
That depends. Some guys go crazy at the sight of their own blood and become almost unstoppable.
Well, that doesn't seem like a good strategy to me. I hope he ends this before he suffers a serious injury.
Oh my, look at the blood just pouring down his face.
I love it when these superstars just go in there and beat the living hell out of each other.
I don't know that I'd agree with that. I hate to see a superstar risk a serious injury like this.
There it is, blood in the water. The end is near.
How can you sound so excited? These are human beings in the ring, for God's sake.
Correction, these are WWE superstars, and sometimes this is what it takes to win.
This is a big risk. Will it pay off? I think we're about to see a high-risk move from the top rope. I don't know if this is such a good move. This could be disastrous. This is going to be big, one way or the other. Top rope moves can win or lose you the match. There's very little middle ground. A high-risk maneuver in the works from that top turnbuckle. So much can go wrong from that top turnbuckle. He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off? He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle.
I think someone's been taking flying lessons.
Looks like someone's moving up in the world. This could be big, but it could backfire. Going up that turnbuckle hurts a hell of a lot less than coming down from it. Now, there's a superstar with guts. These top rope moves, though, are high risk. You got to be careful when you're going up there. He's going up, and what goes up must come down. I don't know. He's putting a lot on the line going up there. I think he's going to fly. This is stupid. Why is he risking everything by going up there? I've seen matches won and lost because of moves like this.
These superstars are beating the hell out of each other 15 feet in the air. Neither superstar is giving an inch, but only one of them can stay up there. If he can win this struggle, he might just win the match. This is not a fight that either superstar can afford to lose. What incredible intensity from these two superstars, trading blows high above the ring. These competitors are going to trade blows until someone falls off the ladder. Neither one of these superstars wants to be the one to fall off the ladder. Both of these superstars are determined to stay on the ladder. This is a pivotal moment. Whoever comes up short here might just lose the match. Wow, look at him up there, trading shots back and forth.
Trading punches 15 feet in the air. I don't believe it. It's a long fall for whoever loses this fight. Whoever loses this fight's going to have a long fall in their immediate future. Only one of these superstars is going to hold on. Who's it going to be? They are absolutely tearing each other apart up there. I tell you what, there's not enough room for both of them up there. I have never seen two competitors more determined to beat the living hell out of each other. There's not an ounce of quit in either one of these superstars, but someone is going down. If your opponent knocks you down from there, you might as well throw in the towel. Neither one of these superstars can afford to get knocked off the ladder.
Only a few inches separate him from his goal. This one's over if he grabs the title. The title is only inches away. This could be the match right here. Can he do it? Victory is within his reach. But can he grab it? He's literally inches away from victory. He's going for it. The title is nearly within his grasp. If he can take down the title, he's going home with it. He's about to win the match and the title. Gut check time. Can he reach the title before his opponent stops him? And this could be the Money in the Bank match right here. If he grabs that briefcase, this match is over. Never have so few inches seemed so far away. Victory may be within reach right here. He's literally inches away from winning this one. The briefcase is only inches away. If he can grab that briefcase, he gets the contract. He could win the Money in the Bank match right here. I think he could be going home with the Money in the Bank briefcase right here. Oh my God, this could be the end of the match. Can he reach it?
This could be it. He's almost there. Oh my God, the title is totally within his reach. Look at that. He's almost got it. Come on, this is for the title. Reach for it. He's making a grab for it. This could be it. His opponent better do something quick or he's going to win this thing right here. Has he got it? He's so close. He's close enough to the title to see his face in it. This has got to be it. I think he's got the title. If he gets that title, he's going home a champion. Come on, this is for the contract. Reach, reach. Almost got it. So close. That briefcase is so close. All he's got to do is reach out and grab it. This has got to be it. That briefcase is coming down right here. He's just a couple inches away from being Mr. Money in the Bank. Somebody better stop him or this one's over. He's going for it. This could be over right here. That briefcase is just a couple inches away. He's almost got it. This could be it. Oh, man, he's almost got it.
What an incredible impact. The table practically exploded. I don't know who's in worse shape, the table or the superstar. Oh, my God. He smashed his opponent right through the table. I don't believe it. He put his opponent right through the table. What a move. But this isn't a tables match. You still got to get the title to win. Through the table. His opponent's in no shape to stop him now. Oh my God, what an impact! Now can he get the title before his opponent comes to? The table's been broken in half, and so has his opponent. Did you see that? He just drove his opponent right through the table. Wow, I don't think his opponent's getting up anytime soon.
Oh, man, that's something you're going to feel tomorrow. But let me tell you, you don't feel anything right after it happens. Did you see that? That table's in a million pieces. I tell you what, there's nothing worse than being put through a table. Oh, there we go, right through the table. There you go, through the table. I know what that feels like, and it doesn't feel good. That table shattered into 100 pieces. I'm surprised his opponent didn't too. Putting anyone through a table is guaranteed to keep them down for a while. Wow! He drilled his opponent right through that table. Oh my God, there goes another table. I hope SmackDown's getting a good deal on these. Now that's how you make an impact right there.
He's heading for the top of the cage. It's a long climb up the cage, but a quick and painful fall if you're not fast enough.
It looks as if he's had enough of this steel cage match.
Here we go. He's making his escape. Will his opponent stop him from escaping? Or is this one over? There he goes. If he can make it over and out of the cage, this one's over. He wants out of this unforgiving steel cage, and who can blame him? Escape is only 10 feet away, but it's got to be the longest 10 feet of this superstar's life. He could do it. He could escape the cage right here. If he didn't make sure his opponent was out, this is going to be a very short climb. Look at that. He made it to the top of the cage. This match could be over right here. He made it to the top. Unless his opponent moves quickly, this one is history. So close. The superstar is so close to escape. He's reached the top of the cage. This could be it. You've got to get out of the cage to win, and that just might happen here. This superstar is about to escape the cage. He reached the top. But can he reach the floor? That cage isn't going to hold him for much longer. He is literally inches away from escaping the cage. Straight into the wall of this unforgiving steel cage. The cage itself can be a weapon in this match, as we've just seen. Not only is that cage keeping them in the ring, it's also a deadly weapon, and that's exactly why you can't take a cage match lightly. This steel cage is as big a threat as any superstar. This is exactly what makes a steel cage match so dangerous. Oh my God, what an impact! Right off the cage wall. Oh my God, the viciousness, the brutality of this cage match is staggering. You're going to have a hard time escaping the cage if you keep getting smashed into it. Oh man, talk about giving your opponent another reason to want to get out of that cage. Right off the cage and back into the ring. This one's going to continue. Looks like his escape plan was a bit premature. That's the price you pay for not making sure your opponent is down. His opponent got a little cocky there, and he paid the price. No escape that time. The match continues. He pulled his opponent down and denied his escape from the cage. Hey, what are you thinking? That's no way to escape the cage. His opponent was looking for a quick escape, but he had other ideas. He just forced his opponent back into this match. With authority. He wasn't about to let him escape the cage that easily.
There he goes, straight up the cage. He's making a break for it. Smart thinking. You gotta make sure your opponent's down and out before you make a break for it. Look at this. He wants to get the hell out of there. You can't blame him for wanting out of that cage. You can't start climbing out of the cage until you know your opponent's not gonna follow. Look at him go, straight up the cage. It's tougher to get out of that cage than it looks. Trust me. You gotta be crazy or stupid to stay in that cage 1 second longer than you need to. Look at this. He's making a break for it. That's it. He reached the top. Only one way to go from here. Top of the cage. This one's almost over. Once you get to the top of the cage, you just about got it won. Top of the cage. He can't get sloppy now. He's at the top of the cage. I don't believe it. If he's going to fall from the top of the cage, he better fall out of the ring. Come on, you're at the top. Just a little bit further. He made it to the top. I don't think his opponent's going to stop him. This has got to be it. He's almost out. It's pretty much impossible to stop somebody once they made it this far. Oh, man, right in the cage. You're not going to get any mercy from that cage. Oh, that cage is going to leave a mark. And that's what makes these cage matches so dangerous right there. If you let your opponent use the cage against you, you might as well throw in the towel. I bet his opponent's thinking twice about getting in that cage now. You've got to take every opportunity to beat down your opponent in a cage match. You've got to use every weapon you've got in a cage match, even the cage itself. Unless you're planning on busting through the cage, that isn't exactly the way to win this match. No one who steps into a steel cage comes out the same, and that's why. Whoa, looks like this cage match is going to keep going. You can't escape if your opponent's able to come after you. That was some bad judgment right there. You've got to make sure your opponent is out. His opponent was quick. He was quicker. Now that was a stupid move. There's no way you're going to make it out like that. He's not letting his opponent get away that easy. You're not going to get out of the cage that way. And that's why you don't make a break for it until your opponent's out. Looks like he isn't letting his opponent get away that easy. Getting yanked off the cage is not going to help you win a match like this.
Oh my God! Straight through the roof of the cell! The roof gave way! I can't believe anyone could have survived that. No, the roof of the cell, it just gave way. Did you see that? These superstars just destroyed that solid steel cell roof through the roof of the cell. Please tell me this one's over. Oh my God. He just sent his opponent through the roof of the cell. He just dropped his opponent through the cell roof. Someone should stop this match. Oh man, it's a long way from the roof of the cell to the ring. The human body was never meant to endure a fall like that. There goes the cell. These superstars will stop at nothing in this Hell in a Cell match. No, not off the roof of the cell. Oh my God. Did you just see that? He just threw his opponent off the cell. No, it can't be. Not from the top of the cell. Oh my God! He just threw his opponent right off the cell. He just threw his opponent right off the cell. Oh my God! Thrown from the top of the cell. Stop the match. Stop the damn match. That was a 30-foot fall. That's it. Stop the damn match. There's no way anyone could continue after that. I don't believe it. He just hurled his opponent off the roof of the cell. Oh my God. After a fall like that, I hope this match is over.
Oh, man. Right through the cell. Oh, man, that's just about the worst way to return to the ring. Oh, man, they just punched a hole in the cell roof. Whoa, there goes the roof of the cell. And that's why they call it Hell in a Cell. Whoa, there goes the roof. Oh, my God, that's not the kind of thing you normally walk away from. Right through the roof of the cell. I don't believe it. There goes the cell. Did you see that? He just put his opponent right through the roof. Oh my God, tossed right off the top of the cell. Oh my God, that is a long way down. You gotta be kidding me. That's a 30-foot drop. Wow, did he really just chuck his opponent off of the cell? If you get tossed off the cell, it's a long way down. There is no way to prepare for a 30-foot fall. What a fall. Somebody get some medical assistance out here. This one just went from a career shortener to a career ender. I don't believe it. He just chucked his opponent right off of the cell. Everyone knows the risk going into a match like this, but no one plans on getting thrown off the cell.
And there goes a superstar. And there's an elimination. I think yes, it's an elimination. That's one less superstar to deal with. There he goes. Tossed out of the ring and out of this match. There he goes. This one's over for him. He just eliminated him with authority. He just didn't have enough left to hang on. And this match is over for that superstar. He's out of the match, and on his way to the locker room.
Well, that just narrowed things down a bit. Over the ropes and down to the floor. Hit the showers, you're out of the match. Man, what a ride. It took him all the way out of the match. Sayonara, pal. See you next time. Oh, he just got eliminated. Can you believe that? He tried to hang on, but not hard enough. He's out. He doesn't look too thrilled about it, but out is out. See ya. There we go. Out of the ring and out of the match. Tough luck. He's not winning this one.
Another superstar has entered the match. Here comes another superstar. Another superstar is about to join the match. Here's the moment he's been waiting for. He's in the match. Here he comes. What's this going to do to the match? He's been waiting for his chance to enter, and here it is. A fresh superstar has just entered the match. A huge advantage for the newcomer. And we've got another superstar entering the match. Here comes another competitor. Time to add another superstar to the mix.
Here comes another one. Time for another superstar to join the match. Another superstar's going to get in on the action. Look at him. He can't wait to get it on. Time's up. Another superstar's coming in. Here he comes. I hope he's ready for this. Welcome to the party, pal. The more the merrier. Here comes another superstar just to keep things interesting. Look at the intensity. He's ready to start busting some heads. It's about time he got in on this one.
Into the casket you go. That superstar is dangerously close to being buried alive. He's got his opponent in the casket. This could be over right here. My God, he might bury his opponent alive right here. We've got a superstar in a casket. In a match that could be over very quickly. He's got his opponent in the casket. This match and a career could end right here. He's put his opponent in the casket. Could this be it? That's not going to improve your odds of surviving this match. He's got his opponent in the casket, and the match almost won. He's got his opponent in the casket. Victory may be seconds away.
There you go, into the casket. Uh-oh, he's got his opponent in the casket. Looks like someone's on his way to a dirt nap. If you don't get out of that casket, you're going to wind up buried alive. This buried alive match might be over right here. He's got his opponent in the casket. You know what comes next. Get out of that casket pronto. And that's the last place you want to be in a buried alive match. This is not looking good. He could bury his opponent alive right here. Into the casket. Hope you're not claustrophobic. Uh-oh. You know what's coming next.
Tombstone pile driver. How many superstars have fallen victim to that over the years? It looks like he's decided to finish off his opponent.
And what a way to do it. Tombstone pile driver. Looks like he's taking his opponent for a ride.
And it looks like it's the last ride. He's had enough. This could be it.
This is it. Last ride. You can practically feel the impact. I think we know where he's going with this.
Here it comes. The FU! He just drove his opponent straight into the ground. I think these fans know what's coming next.
They sure do. The FU. I've taken that move, and believe me, it doesn't tickle. Looks like he's going for it.
He sure is. The STFU is locked in. He's got his opponent on the ground. Could this be it?
This is it, all right. STFU. He's got his opponent right where he wants him.
And there it is. The scissors kick. Look out. He's measuring his opponent.
Bam! Scissors kick. He might have just knocked his opponent out cold. Look out. He's going for it.
The bookend. The bookend.
That's not where you want to be when you're fighting this guy.
And that's why. 619. He's got his opponent on the ropes. There he goes.
Drop the dime. 619. He's got these fans on their feet. They know what's coming.
There it is. A huge 619. He's building up a head of steam.
Look out. Here it comes. 619. He looks like he's feeling froggy.
It does indeed. And there it is. The frog splash.
Uh-oh. Looks like he's taking his opponent for a ride.
What an incredible power bomb. He may have just broken his opponent in half. I think he may be looking to put his opponent away here.
Look out below. What a power bomb that was. Uh-oh, look out.
Clothesline from hell. He just about decapitated his opponent. Here he comes.
There it is, the clothesline from hell, the most devastating move in sports entertainment. Watch this. This is gonna be cool.
Modified swinging neckbreaker.
Watch this. This is gonna be cool.
And there it is, the backcracker. What an incredible move. Oh no, I don't like where this is going.
He just got all of that backcracker. I think he's gonna go for it.
He sure is. And there it is.
He's about to drop a bomb.
And there it is.
Holy cow, this is not gonna be pretty.
Here it comes. Diving leg drop. He smells blood in the water. He's going in for the kill.
And there it is, a diving leg drop.
He's looking to finish this off right here.
That could do it. The twist of fate. She's going for it.
Tremendous DDT from this lovely diva. She's looking for her finisher.
And she found it. What a DDT. She's looking to put her opponent away.
This could do it. DDT. Her fans are on their feet.
Here it comes. DDT. Uh-oh, look out. He's going for it.
And there it is. The pedigree. Oh, my God. Here it comes.
The pedigree. He's looking to put his opponent away right here. Oh, man, these fans know what's coming next.
Pedigree. Pedigree. That's gotta be it. Uh-oh. Looks like he's got something big planned.
Pedigree. It doesn't get much bigger than that. He's going for it.
And he got it. RKO. Look at him go.
Wow. What an RKO. Oh, man. Here he comes.
RKO. RKO! He's looking for his finisher.
And there it is, the RKO. That could take your head clean off. He's going in for the kill.
Batista bomb! My God! I think he might have knocked his opponent out cold with that one. Looks like he's taking his opponent for a ride.
What a huge Batista bomb. That's not a ride you want to take twice. Look at the fans. They know exactly what he's up to.
Oh, my God! What a Batista bomb! This capacity crowd is on its feet. It knows what's coming.
Batista bomb! That will break every bone in your body. He's got his opponent by the throat.
Oh my God! What a choke slam! All the way from hell! Look at this. He's lifting his opponent by the throat.
He's got his opponent way up there, and what goes up must come down. Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going.
And neither does his opponent. Choke slam from hell! He's going for the throat. We've seen this before.
Here he goes. Choke slam from hell. You cannot even imagine the kind of pain that inflicts. He's tuning up.
And there he goes. Sweet chin music. I think he's got a song he wants to play for his opponent.
It's his #1 single, Sweet Chin Music.
His opponent is out of it. He's tuning up the band.
Sweet Chin Music. That's guaranteed to take the fight right out of you. He's looking for his finisher.
He got it. Execution. His opponent is groggy, and he's making the most of it.
Execution. Big move. Here he goes. He's going for it.
And he got all of it. Textbook execution. I think he's through playing around.
That's an understatement. What a wicked execution. He's looking for a big move here.
And they don't get much bigger than this. Dominator. What's he going for here?
Looks like the Dominator to me. You don't see too many superstars come back from that. Check this out. This is going to be huge.
Wow, what a Dominator that was. He's setting up his opponent for the kill.
And there it is, the Dominator. Figure 4 leg lock. A lot of superstars have been beaten by this one over the years.
The figure 4. The figure 4. Expertly applied. His capacity crowd knows what he's about to do.
He's going right after that leg. You know what comes next. Uh-oh, whatever you do, you can't ever let him get a hold of your leg.
And we're about to see why. Figure 4 locked in. He's zeroed in on the leg of his opponent.
He's going in for the kill. Figure 4 expertly applied. He's cocking back. Here it comes.
Wow! The power of the punch connects. What a shot! He's looking for the knockout!
He might have just gotten it. What a shot that was. He's got his opponent down, and I think I know where this is going.
The STF! He's got the STF locked in! It looks like he's going to tie up his opponent in knots!
He's a master of that step-over toe hold face lock. He knows how to turn up the pain. Watch your head.
Too late! He connected with the Shining Wizard. He's measuring his opponent.
Oh, man, a Shining Wizard right to the skull. Whoa, look at this.
What a face buster.
And I think she got all of it. She's going for it.
And she's got it. That's a huge face buster right there. Oh boy, we know where this is going.
We sure do. Face first, right into the ground. What a face buster. We've seen this before.
Yep, and there it is. What a huge face buster. Uh-oh, we know where this one's going.
The gory bomb. He just scored in a big way with that gory bomb. He's looking to put his opponent away right here.
And this'll do it. The gory bomb. Oh, man, that's gonna hurt.
Wow, what a huge frog splash. It looks like he's got something big in mind.
Yeah, and they don't get bigger than this. What a frog splash. She's going in for the kill.
And there it is, the Mick kick. She's measuring her opponent.
Oh, man, Mick kick right to the kisser. That'll mess up your looks. I think he's going for that full Nelson.
He calls it the master lock. And no one in sports entertainment today does it better. I think he might finish off his opponent right here.
The master lock is locked in. There aren't many superstars who can stand this for long. Here's why you don't want to get into the ring with this guy.
He's applied the master lock, and now he's cinching it up. He might be looking to shut his opponent down right here.
That master lock is one heck of a way to do it. That is a vicious, deadly hold. Whoa, where's she going?
An upside down head scissors. What a tremendous display of athleticism.
She's going for it.
And there it is. Upside down head scissors connects.
Are you ready to get electrified?
I certainly am. It's the most electrifying move in sports entertainment. The people's elbow. He's got his opponent. Could this be?
Rock bottom, rock bottom. Did you see that? What a move. Uh-oh, somebody's about to hit bottom here.
Rock bottom. What an impact.
Kick in the gut. Here it comes.
Stunner. Stunner. Look out. Here it comes.
Stunner. He could take your head clean off with that one.
Oh, my God. Look at this.
Stone Cold Stunner. That could seal the deal right there. Uh-oh, you know what this is?
I sure do. The Stone Cold Stunner, delivered with lethal precision. He sees his chance. He's going for it.
He's got it. The double arm suplex. We've seen that one in a lot of matches over the years.
His opponent is out of it.
And he's making the most of it. He's locking in the sleeper, and his opponent might be on the way out. Uh-oh, you know where this is going.
I certainly do. He's expertly applied the double arm suplex, and this could be the beginning of the end for his opponent.
I think he's getting ready to make a leap of faith here.
You're absolutely right. He put his body on the line for that one, and it paid off.
No, don't tell me he's actually going to do it.
Okay, I won't, but that was one heck of a leap of faith right there.
No, you gotta be kidding me. He can't possibly.
He can and did. A huge leap of faith, and that's the kind of gutsy move that wins matches. Uh-oh, this could backfire big time.
But it didn't. His leap of faith paid off, and I've got to think that this match is his to win right now.
Here comes his signature maneuver.
And that playmaker's nothing to sneeze at. That'll put your lights out in a hurry. He's trying to finish off his opponent.
And you've got to believe that the playmaker might have done just that. I think she's going for her signature move.
You called it. The Starstruck connects. That's usually the beginning of the end. Oh man, you'll be seeing stars after this one.
And that's why she calls it the Starstruck. What a move. Is this what I think it is?
If you thought it was the Starstruck, you're absolutely right. Here's a flashy little number for the WWE fans.
And that Starstruck is as lethal as it is exciting to watch. She's looking to finish off her opponent here.
And that backbreaker might have done it. That'll take the fight out of you in a hurry. She's got a fistful of air.
And what a backbreaker. A deadly signature move to be sure. She's stalking her opponent.
And I think she got all of that spear. Uh-oh, here it comes.
The Samoan Spike. And that move can crush your windpipe and leave you completely incapacitated.
She's going for the spear.
And she might have knocked the wind out of her opponent with that one.
Oh my God, this could be it.
He might have crushed his opponent's throat with that Samoan spike. Uh-oh, you know what this is?
I sure do, partner. The Celtic Cross. And that could be all she wrote. He's been looking for this move all night. And here it is.
The Celtic Cross. You don't see many superstars get up from that one. He's going for it. Here it comes.
The Celtic Cross. That signature move that has meant the end of many of superstars. And here it is, the Celtic Cross.
And honestly, I don't think I can ever remember seeing a superstar get up from that.
These fans know what he's got planned.
They sure do, and there it is, the bookend.
We know where this is going.
We sure do, the Kenton Bomb. What an impact.
I think we know what he's got in mind here.
Kenton Bomb, now that's a move right there. There's no doubt who's in control of this match.
If there was before, there isn't now. What a twist of fate.
There's the opportunity. He's going for it.
And that signature neck breaker might have turned his opponent's lights out. Oh my, look at this.
An upside down head scissors. That move puts her in the driver's seat for sure.
Look at this.
A textbook upside down head scissors. Not many superstars make that look so good.
The people are on their feet. They know what's coming next.
It's the most electrifying move in sports entertainment, the people's elbow. Uh-oh, we know where this is going.
We certainly do. The sleeper hold is locked in. You don't see a lot of superstars break this hold.
Now where the heck is he going?
A triple jump moonsault. I don't think you'll ever see another superstar execute a maneuver like that one. I think we know what he's going for here.
We sure do. The White Russian leg sweep. These fans know what he's got in mind here.
And there it is, the White Russian leg sweep. This is it. Here it comes.
White Russian leg sweep. Not many superstars go on to win a match after getting hit with that. He's going for it.
The White Russian leg sweep connects, and his opponent is in serious trouble now. And here she goes with a DDT.
That's a classic move right there. You turn your opponent's own body weight against them. She's looking to put the hurt on her opponent here.
And I think that DDT did the trick. Wow, did you see that?
She just slapped the taste out of her opponent's mouth.
Here he goes, the Swanton Bomb.
I swear every time I see him execute that move, I'm convinced he's going to break his neck. Uh-oh, a slap like that doesn't tickle, believe you me.
With your charming personality, I'm sure you felt one or two of those in your day, partner.
His opponent might be out of it right here.
That Swanton Bomb would seem to remove any doubt. Very few have ever recovered from that. Look at this. He's going for it.
Whisper in the wind. There aren't many superstars with the guts to try that. Oh, man. We've seen this before.
We certainly have. Whisper in the wind connects, and the momentum is all with him right now. Here he goes with his signature move.
And that big Samoan drop might have put the exclamation point on this one. He's going for something big here.
He sure is. A huge Samoan drop. Oh, boy. He's taking his opponent for a ride.
And a Samoan drop like that will knock you silly for a few seconds. This is his chance to capitalize. Buckle up. This one's gonna hurt.
A huge Samoan drop, and that could be the beginning of the end. Look at this.
That neck breaker is a move that can knock your opponent out cold, and that's exactly what he had in mind. Oh, man. One neck breaker coming up.
And that's a devastating move that might prove to be the beginning of the end. This is his chance. He's going for it.
What a neck breaker. His opponent's going to be feeling that one tomorrow.
He's stalking his opponent. Here it comes.
He's got that Anaconda Vice locked in, and his opponent is in serious trouble. His opponent's helpless, and he's going in for the kill.
He's got the Anaconda Vice locked in, and there may be no escape. Here he goes with the Shining Wizard.
And there aren't a lot of superstars who can shrug off a running knee to the head. Here's something you don't see every day.
You sure don't. The Shining Wizard is as rare as it is deadly. And here comes his patented signature move.
Arabian Facebuster. You won't be winning any beauty contest after that one. Oh, man, I hate this move.
Not as much as his opponent, I bet. That Arabian Facebuster can do a number on a superstar. This is going to be big.
You're not kidding. They don't come much bigger than the triple jump moonsault.
What's he up to now?
It's the world's strongest slam. That is vicious.
I think we know what he's going for here.
We sure do, and there it is. World's strongest slam. Uh-oh, here it comes.
The world's strongest slam. Talk about power.
This is not gonna be pretty.
It sure isn't. The world's strongest slam connects. Look at this power. He's lifted his opponent right off the mat by the throat.
And that two-handed choke slam is nothing to sneeze at.
Oh no, here comes that giant chop of his.
That's a move that'll knock you out cold if you're lucky. Uh-oh, we know what this is.
We sure do. That giant chop of his has destroyed many a superstar.
Look at this, a two-handed choke slam.
And a move like that will take the fight out of any superstar in a hurry. It looks like he's going for that guillotine leg drop.
And that move will just about take your head off.
Oh my, he's going for the guillotine leg drop.
And I think we know who's in the driver's seat now. Check this out. Here comes the guillotine leg drop.
And that's a move that'll just about behead any opponent.
Here we go. You know where this is going.
I sure do. The guillotine leg drop. That could be the difference maker in this match. He's built up a head of steam.
And he just nailed his opponent with that running body block.
Look out, here he comes.
Oh, man. He just knocked his opponent's block off with that running body block. Uh-oh, here he comes.
And we've seen the pounce knock many a superstar out of their boots.
He's like a runaway train.
And he absolutely flattened his opponent with the pounce. I don't like the look in his eye here, folks.
It's not his eyes you got to worry about. What a wicked pump handle slam. Sometimes the simplest moves work best.
And there it is. The big boot connects.
Uh-oh, look out.
The big boot connects, and he might have knocked his opponent out cold.
His opponent is vulnerable, and he's going in for the kill.
You're not kidding. What a pump handle slam. He's in the driver's seat now.
And that dreamer driver might be all she wrote.
He's got his opponent in a very vulnerable position.
And he made the most of it with that DDT. Uh-oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah, head first, straight into the ground. What a DDT.
Wait a second. What's he doing?
He's going for the dreamer driver, and I think he got all of it. Look at this momentum.
It's the Elijah Express, and that might be all she wrote.
I think he's going for that Russian leg sweep.
It's not just a leg sweep, it's the Elijah Experience, and man, did he nail it. Here it comes, the Elijah Experience.
Did you see that? What an impact.
All aboard, here it comes.
The Elijah Express. And that's a ride nobody wants to take. The fans are on their feet. They know what's coming next.
I can't believe the mandible claw is a legitimate move. It is absolutely disgusting.
He's hooking the arms. Could it be?
It is the double arm DDT, and you won't see many superstars get up from that. Oh, man, he's going for it.
And he got it. Double arm DDT, straight into the ground, head first.
Oh, no, don't tell me he's going to do what I think he's going to do.
Okay, I won't, but that mandible claw is locked in. What an excruciating maneuver. He's got the legs, and you know what's coming next.
I sure do. Sharpshooter, talk about your excellence of execution.
This could end the match right here.
It absolutely could. A pile driver like that is not something you just shake off. Uh-oh, someone's about to get dumped on their head.
What a pile driver. That may have knocked his opponent out cold.
He's got that leg. He's going for it.
And he's got it. The sharpshooter is locked in. And here it comes, the Rude Awakening.
Good night. That'll put you out for the count.
Oh, boy. This might be the difference maker in this match.
You're damn right. Nobody gets up from the Rude Awakening. Nobody. Look at this. It's the Rude Awakening.
And despite the name, that's a move that knocks most superstars out cold.
Here we go, the Rude Awakening.
And count yourself lucky if that move doesn't take your head clean off. Oh, no, you don't want to let this man get a hold of your leg like that.
And that's why he is a master of that spinning toe hold. Nobody does it better.
I think he's going for that big Texas pile driver.
Everything's bigger in Texas, trust me. Look at this, he's going for the Texas pile driver.
They say that everything's bigger in Texas, and that pile driver proves it.
He's got a hold of that leg, and he's not letting go.
He sure isn't. And that patented spinning toe hold of his might be the beginning of the end. Wait a second. What's this?
Come on. Everyone knows that move, and that stunner might be all she wrote.
And a vicious blow to his opponent's nether regions.
Nether regions? Why can't you just call it a low blow like normal people? Oh, what a low blow. That hurts just watching it.
He went south of the border with that one, but that could be all she wrote.
Stunner! Stunner! Nobody does it better.
Actually, I can think of one who might, but that's a devastating maneuver to be certain.
And there's the pin. And here's the cover. He's going for the pin. He could pin his opponent right here. He's got him covered. He's going for the pin. This could be it. There's the pin. Can his opponent kick out? He may get the 3 count right here. He wasted no time going for that pin. There's the cover. Can he do it?
There's the cover. Here's the pin. He's going for the pin. This could be 3 right here. Here's the pin. This could be it. He's 3 seconds away from victory. He's going for the cover. His opponent might not have enough left to kick out. On the mat, shoulders down. This could be it. He could get the pin right here. That's all she wrote. I don't know if everyone's going to be happy about it, but this one's over. You couldn't ask for anything else from these superstars. Talk about leaving it all in the ring. Too bad that's it. I could have watched them go all night. Well, there you have it. He did it. What a match. You don't see something like that every day. That was a heck of a match. I wouldn't mind seeing them mix it up again. That was an impressive win. I've got a new respect for him. That's the 3 count. That's all she wrote.
That was a decisive victory for him. The future's looking bright for that man right there.
Whenever you can pin your opponent's shoulders to the match for the 3 count, you're sending a message.
And not just to your opponent, but to the entire locker room as well.
He might have gotten the pinfall, but I'd be real surprised if we didn't see a rematch after that one.
I'm with you, partner, and I think these fans are too.
I hope so, because when the WWE fans speak, the WWE listens.
I don't think there's any question in anyone's mind who won that match.
And that may be it for the match, but I hope it's not the last time we see these superstars in the ring together. It looks like there just wasn't enough left in the tank to kick out of the pin.
There shouldn't be. If you pin your opponent, the ref counts 3, that is it. That's a tough loss, but if you don't have what it takes, you don't have what it takes.
I don't know if it's a matter of not having what it takes. Sometimes it's just not your night.
That was a hard-fought battle, but in the end, only one superstar could pick up the win.
You can't say he didn't earn it. He got the 3 count, and that's all that matters.
I can't argue with that. The referee counted the pin and called for the bell. You can't ask for a more decisive victory than that.
That was one heck of a match, and I wouldn't have minded seeing them go a little longer.
Neither would I, but the referee counted the pinfall, and that's that.
Yeah, I know, but I hope we get to see these superstars go at it again soon.
What a match! And I don't think that pinfall left any doubt in anyone's mind who the better superstar was tonight.
Yep, he was the better man tonight, but if I could give him a piece of advice, I'd tell him not to get cocky.
That might be easier said than done. It's hard not to feel good about yourself after a win like that.
I gotta say I'm stunned. That's not how I thought this match was going to end.
Well, that's what happens when you pick apart your opponent and lock in that submission, partner.
Oh, so that's how it works. Thanks for breaking it down for me. I had no idea.
I don't think the end of that match left any doubt in anyone's mind who dominated who.
Yeah, making your opponent quit the match is a seriously powerful statement.
And it's a seriously powerful superstar who can make an opponent do just that.
There you have it. Victory by submission. I got to take my hat off to him.
And it all came down to that expertly applied submission. That took all the fight out of his opponent.
Yeah, but when you're hurt so bad that you'll tap out, you probably don't have much left in the tank anyway.
An incredible victory by submission. What an amazing end to an amazing match.
That's the best way to win a match, in my opinion. There's nothing more decisive than making your opponent tap out.
Well, it certainly removes any doubt about who the superior superstar is, that's for sure.
I've been on both ends of a tap out, and let me tell you, it's better to give than to receive.
I've got no doubt about that, Taz. That submission hold didn't look very comfortable at all.
That's the understatement of the year. If you ever find yourself in that one, get your tap-in hand ready.
You don't get much more impressive than that. A victory by submission.
If you pin someone, it means they couldn't continue the match. But if you make them tap out, it means they didn't want to continue. Big difference.
I can't blame anyone for not wanting to continue once they find themselves in that hold.
That was a tough match, but he stepped right up to the challenge.
He sure did. A victory by submission is nothing to sneeze at.
You're damn right it isn't. That just sent a powerful message to the entire locker room.
That's a tough way to lose a match, having to tap out to a submission hold like that.
Yeah, but what else can you do? Risk a potentially career-ending injury?
I understand why it has to be done, but I don't imagine that makes it any easier. Can you believe it? A victory by submission. Talk about impressive.
That was a huge win. I can't believe he actually pulled it off.
Well, I think these fans and his fellow superstars have to see him in a different light after that.
You gotta be kidding me. A count out? That's how this is gonna end?
Well, it looks that way, partner. What else could the referee do? Rules are rules.
Yeah, but for a match like this, you should be able to bend the rules a little. What a letdown.
And I guess that's it. The referee's decision is final. The match ends in a countout.
What? You gotta be kidding me. Someone's gonna come out here and restart this thing, right?
It doesn't look that way, partner. I think that's all she wrote.
A countout? You gotta be kidding me. When's the last time you saw a match end like that?
It's been a while, but that is a legitimate way to beat your opponent.
I wouldn't say that. It might get you the win, but it doesn't prove a damn thing in my book.
What a battle. And there's no doubt in anyone's mind who won that one.
Yeah, when you're still standing and your opponent can't, it's pretty clear who the winner is.
It sure is. If you want to see a physically dominating superstar, look no further.
Oh, man. I wasn't expecting them to be gentle, but the glove sure came off in this one.
You're not kidding, partner. I can't remember the last time I've seen that much brutality in a match.
I think you'd have to go back to my historic reign as WWE champion, and that's saying something. Man, he just knocked his opponent out cold. I love it.
It certainly doesn't leave any room for argument about who the dominant superstar was in this match.
It sure doesn't, and I hope they have a rematch so we can prove it again. What a match. I might almost have to call that one a slobber knocker.
I think that's a trademark of the other cowboy hat-wearing commentator, partner.
Well, whatever you call it, these WWE fans got their money's worth out of that one, that's for sure.
What a match. These superstars brutalized each other until one of them was unable to stand.
And I can't think of a better way to prove that you're the tougher superstar.
No argument there. If your opponent can't continue the match, it's pretty obvious who won.
You gotta be kidding me. That's it? It's over?
It sure looks that way, partner. And I'm not any happier about it than you are.
Oh, man, what a ripoff. We better get a rematch or I'm gonna be seriously steamed.
I hate to see this match end like this. I was really looking forward to it.
Me too. Ever since the match was made, I've been wondering who'd win it.
Well, unless we get a rematch. I guess we'll never know the answer to that one.
Wait, that's it? The ref's just gonna let it end like that?
What choice does the referee have? Rules are rules.
Yeah, but this isn't right. This is a total letdown for everyone, including these superstars.
Not even a 2 count. That was nowhere near a 3 count. No trouble getting out of that one. He hasn't done nearly enough to get the pin yet. He's got to do more damage before he can get a 3 count. Wow, they don't get much closer than that. Kicked out just in the nick of time. Is that it? No, only a 2 count. The referee's hand was coming down for a 3 count. Wow, I thought he had the pin for sure.
That wasn't even 2. Way too early to get a 3 count. That wasn't even close to 3. I hope he didn't seriously think he was getting the pin there. You gotta be kidding me. That was nowhere near 3. That was like 2.5. Talk about cutting it close. That was almost 3. Come on, that was 3, wasn't it? He almost got the 3 right there. Oh man, I can't believe that wasn't 3.
Oh no, the referee is down. What's going to happen now?
Anything and everything. No ref means no rules.
Look out! The referee's been knocked out!
And this is where things start getting interesting. Whoa, there goes the referee. Might as well chuck the rule book out the window.
And that also means that there's no one to call a pinfall or submission.
Oh boy, I think the referee is out of it.
They gotta start getting sturdier refs. This kind of thing seems to happen a lot. Oh, the ref's out like a light. Anything goes now.
Unfortunately, you're right. There's no one to enforce the rules until the ref revives.
There's a lot of things under the ring, and all of them hurt. You can find all sorts of weapons under that ring. Why do they keep so many dangerous weapons under the ring? Those things can cause serious injuries. Looks like he's decided to grab a weapon from under the ring. Oh no, he's looking for a weapon. This could cause a serious injury.
I think someone's looking for a weapon. All right, time to see what we got under the ring. You never know what you'll find under the ring. I saw some pretty dangerous stuff under that ring earlier. That's the way to do it. Grab a weapon from under the ring and start swinging.
Oh man, I don't think that was ever meant to be used like that.
Maybe not, but it seems to be doing the trick.
Oh my, that's going to do some serious damage if someone doesn't stop this.
Who in their right mind would try to do that?
What an impact. That's going to do some damage.
You're not kidding, Cole. That's gotta hurt like crazy.
Oh my God, someone's got to stop this.
Don't get squeamish on me, boy. Inflicted pain's the name of the game.
Oh man, what an impact.
You could hear that one up in the cheap seats.
You're not going to last long if you keep getting hit by that.
You sure aren't. I don't care how tough you are.
He's putting that weapon to good use here.
And as long as he's got that thing, he's in the driver's seat. Did you see that? What a shot.
This could result in a serious injury if no one stops this.
Yeah, that's it. Do it again.
I'm glad you're enjoying this. I can't say I am.
And that's why foreign objects are a superstar's best friend.
Well, I guess that depends on which end of the object you're on.
Oh my God, what a chair shot!
Yeah, and that doesn't tickle, believe me. Man, what a chair shot. Reminds me of my good old days as the hardcore champion.
If that's your idea of good old days, I'm glad I wasn't around for them. I don't think that chair's going to be good for much after this match.
Well, it's good for what he's using it for, and that's all that matters.
He's just brutalizing his opponent with that table.
Well, I guess it's better than being put through a table, but not much. He just about broke his opponent in half with that table.
He might break the table in half on his opponent. My God, how is a human body supposed to withstand that kind of impact?
Well, if you keep getting hit like that, you don't. Plain and simple.
Oh my God, did you hear the impact of those steel steps?
You'd have to be deaf to miss that. Ooh, those steel ring steps don't tickle, believe me.
I believe it, partner. The sound of the impact alone is painful enough. Oh no, not the steel steps.
Man, that'll do a number on you quick.
Wow, what a shot from that crutch.
You take too many of those and you'll be needing one to help you get around after the match. Man, he's really laying into his opponent with that crutch.
And I think it's obvious that he'll stop at nothing to win here tonight.
I don't know whose crutch that is, but they're going to have a tough time hobbling out of here tonight.
Did you see that? A brutal shot from that crutch. Look at this. He's caning the hell out of his opponent.
I took a few of those in my day, and that's an experience I don't ever want to repeat. I've taken cane shots in my time, and they're even more painful than they look.
I can't even imagine how that could be possible. And a vicious shot from that cane.
And let me tell you, a few of those will beat the fight right out of you.
Wow, what an impact from that trash can.
That's a tried and true way to beat the fight out of your opponent in a hurry. Looks like someone's taking out the trash here.
Or maybe it's more accurate to say that the trash is taking out somebody. And a vicious shot from the trash can.
And believe me, that hurts worse than it looks.
He let his opponent have it with that fire extinguisher.
That'll put your fire out in a hurry. Oh man, did you see that?
He may have extinguished his opponent's chances for victory with that one. That fire extinguisher could be the difference maker here tonight.
Yeah, and that's not something you just walk off.
What a sickening impact of that speaker against a human body.
Those things are heavy and rock solid. You can do a lot of damage in a hurry with them. These superstars aren't holding back anything here tonight.
They sure aren't. And that speaker might prove to be the difference maker in this match. He might have crushed his opponent with that speaker.
Yeah, or vice versa, and those things aren't cheap.
Oh my God, what a sickening impact from that sledgehammer.
No kidding. That thing's meant to crush stone. Imagine what it'll do to a human being. Wow, what a shot. That sledgehammer will mess you up, but good.
And I can't imagine how anyone could come back from something like that. He's swinging for the fences with that sledgehammer.
He's all about bringing the hammer down, and that proves it.
And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
You're not kidding. This isn't going to do you any favors if you get stuck in it.
Oh my, the submission hold is locked in.
And this is not easy to get out of.
What a deadly submission hold this is. We might see a tap out right here.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit. The longer you stay in this game, the more you risk a serious injury.
And here we go with the submission hold. This could be a pivotal moment in this match.
It sure could. That's a lot of pressure being applied in that hold.
Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of the fight out of him.
He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold.
And that means you either got to dig deep and find a way to break it, or you got to tap out.
Oh my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
He sure is. If your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means there ain't much left. Wow, look at that submission. I've never seen it executed better.
Neither have I, partner, and this might be enough to get the tap out right here.
Oh man, this is just about the last hold you want to find yourself in.
I can imagine. Just look at the pressure being applied here.
There's the submission hold. I've seen a lot of superstars tap out to this one.
You and me both, partner. And we might be about to see another one right here.
He's going for the submission.
And he might get it. He's got that hold locked in.
He smells blood in the water. He's going straight for the submission.
And this could prove to be a decisive moment in this match.
I've been locked in this hold before, and it hurts even worse than it looks.
I can't even imagine the amount of pain that this hold must inflict on any superstar who winds up in it.
Yeah, well, I've been on both sides of it, and let me tell you, it's better to give than to receive.
What a submission maneuver. You must be familiar with this one.
He's not taking any chances with this submission. Look at how tight he's got it locked in.
I see that. I wouldn't be surprised if he got his opponent to tap out right here.
Oh, now, would you look at that? What an underhanded move.
Hey, I've said it before. This ain't ballet. Of course, I guess there aren't any rules in ballet either.
Ah, come on. How about a little sportsmanship, for God's sake?
If you hadn't noticed, this isn't exactly Queensberry rules, but we aren't in Queensberry, wherever that is.
Did you see that? What a desperate maneuver.
You know what they say, it's all legal till you get caught.
Come on, ref, ring the damn bell. You can't let him get away with that.
Hey, it isn't how you play the game. It's whether you win or lose.
I can't believe he just did that. That's so dirty.
Well, it's like we used to say back in the day. Rules are like bones. They're made to be broken.
I was afraid it was only a matter of time before he did something like that.
It's like they say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Nice one. I always thought there were too many rules in this business anyway.
Well, I personally was looking forward to a clean, competitive matchup.
I think this ref needs an eye exam. How could you miss that?
I don't know, but if the referee doesn't see it, it doesn't count.
Now, there's a guy who'll do whatever it takes to win. I like it.
It certainly does look like he's going to take every advantage he can in this matchup.
Wow. I guess it's true what they say, Cole. All's fair in love and war.
And there certainly isn't a lot of love being shown in that ring tonight. Come on, ref. That should have been a disqualification right there.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Bottom line is, it ain't.
I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it, but as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
And that's what matters. If you're not doing everything you can to win, you're in the wrong business.
Look at these fans. They didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, I got some bad news for the WWE fans. He doesn't care what they think.
What a cowardly move. He can't win fair and square, so he tries to screw his opponent out of the victory.
Hey, nothing wrong with doing whatever it takes to win. If it was that bad, the ref would have disqualified him, right?
We've seen this before. He'll do whatever it takes to win and take every advantage he can.
Of course he will. That's what you got to do to survive in this business. That isn't going to make you popular, but you got to do whatever it takes to win.
I just think it's unfortunate whenever a superstar decides to cheat to win rather than compete fairly.
That's not in the rule book, but it's not a crime if you don't get caught.
I don't believe it. How could the referee have missed that?
He likes fighting dirty, and it's easy to see why. He's really good at it.
He certainly is. And I hope he's proud of himself. Personally, I find it disgusting.
I don't think the fans like that one too much. I'm sure that breaks his heart.
It should. These fans are the lifeblood of WWE, and he doesn't give a damn what they think.
He's been looking for that all match, and now he's taking advantage.
Taking advantage is a rather generous way to put it. He's cheating, plain and simple.
Look at that. That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this.
The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this down the middle.
This superstar is all fired up. And so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah? Well, one mistake and we're going to see that fire put out pronto.
He's got this crowd solidly behind him. And now he's going to give them exactly what they want to see.
You can't just keep playing to the crowd. That's a huge distraction, in my opinion. You know, there's such a thing as playing to the crowd too much, and that's what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
Here it is. He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it.
And if his opponent is smart, he'll get the hell out of there. Look at this. pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum.
Come on, quit showing off. This is a wrestling match, not a popularity contest.
We've seen this before. He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff.
Instead of pandering to the fans, you should really keep your head in the match.
Come on, you're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match.
Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, and he's feeding off that energy right now.
I don't think this will work, but you can't question this superstar's heart.
Yeah, but the thing about hearts is they gotta pump some blood to the brain.
This is going to require more strength than that.
You gotta be dreaming if you think you're gonna pull that off.
I'm afraid he's going to hurt himself if he keeps this up.
Haha, that'd be hilarious. Keep it up.
Well, give him an A for effort.
Yeah, and an F for no freaking way you're gonna lift him.
He simply doesn't have enough strength to get him off the ground.
I can't believe he even thought it was possible. Ha! Talk about delusions of grandeur.
The size difference between them is just too much. He probably should have thought that through a little better.
Yeah, well, that's not gonna happen. Thanks for playing. He's gonna throw out his back if he keeps this up.
And that certainly wouldn't do him any favors in this match.
This is never, ever going to work. Not in a million years.
I hate to say it, but I think you're right.
You gotta be kidding me. Give it up. It ain't gonna happen.
Come on, how about a little credit for the attempt?
And there's the reversal. What a reversal. What a counter that was. He saw that one coming. Nice reversal. A textbook reversal. Can he follow up? Great reversal. That reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead. He was one step ahead on that one. He anticipated that move perfectly.
There's the reversal. That was a textbook reversal. You feel like a jerk when someone counters you like that. He made his opponent look like a chump with that counter. Watch it. He reversed it. He slipped out of that one. He dodged that bullet. Wow. Great reversal. And there's the counter. Nice quick counter there.
Looks like somebody would rather play possum than fight. He got away with it that time, but he can't fake his way to victory here tonight. I tell you, I've got no patience for a superstar who pulls that kind of thing. Quit playing possum and wrestle. I want to know when he's going to start fighting like a man and stop playing possum. Well, I guess you got to give him credit. He really suckered his opponent with that one.
I knew it. He was just faking. You got to be some kind of idiot to get fooled by that. What kind of moron falls for an obvious trick like that? I don't want to doubt the guy's sincerity, but he was obviously playing possum there. You got to give him credit. He was playing possum, and he got away with it.
A physical match like this will take its toll. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. There are limits to the amount of punishment that a human body can absorb. And if you want proof of that, just take a look at these superstars. The WWE superstars are all superb athletes, but they're also human beings, and there's only so much punishment a human body can take. How much more abuse can a human being take? If this match doesn't end soon, I think we might have a serious injury on our hands. We're definitely seeing the toll this very physical matchup has taken on the participants. I've got to believe this one won't last much longer. These superstars have inflicted so much damage on each other that I'm getting exhausted just watching them. You won't find better athletes than the WWE superstars, but they've got their limits. Limits which may have been reached here tonight.
I don't know how much longer this can go on. These superstars are starting to look like they're running on fumes. This can't go on much longer. Look at the physical condition of these superstars. Look at these superstars. This can't go on much longer.
These superstars have been pounding the hell out of each other, and now we're starting to see the effects of that. You can't compete in a physical match like this and not wind up feeling the effects. And that's what we're starting to see. The name of the game is beat down your opponent until they can't stop you, and that's exactly what's happening here. This is how you win a match. You work over your opponent until they can't fight back. I don't think this is going to last much longer. Talk about running on empty. I don't care how bad you want to win a match. The human body's only capable of so much. This one's going to be over sooner rather than later. I don't even know how you can still stand after taking that much abuse. I don't think this one's going to last much longer. The most frustrating thing in the world is when you want to keep fighting and there's just nothing left. And I think we're getting to that point here. I don't think you can keep going for much longer after taking that much punishment. You can't take this type of beating and expect to win the match. I don't think this is going to last much longer.
Look at this. No fear on the face of this superstar.
Yeah, but that kind of thing's not going to win you the match.
Talk about adding insult to injury. and these fans love it.
Yeah, but you got to worry more about the injury and less about the insult till the match is over.
He's taking a little time to give his opponent a piece of his mind.
You sure he can spare it?
Look at him. He's just radiating confidence, and he's got a lot to be confident about.
He looks a little overconfident to me. This could come back to bite him.
And here's a little something for the fans. That's why they love him.
Who cares what they think? All he's doing here is giving his opponent a chance to recover. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Nothing costs you a match quicker than overconfidence.
What are you talking about? I see a dominant superstar who's rallying this capacity crowd behind him.
Yeah, that's just great. Why don't you just quit showing off and get down to business?
He is getting down to business. He's in the sports entertainment business, isn't he?
This is just dumb. You don't win a match by taunting your opponent to death.
I disagree. Getting the crowd on your side can be a huge psychological boost.
You can show off for the crowd if you want, but all that does is let your opponent rest up.
Actually, I think it's a great display of confidence on the part of this great superstar.
He can taunt all he wants, but once he's lost the match, he's going to wish he spent this time going after his opponent.
I think you're wrong about that. I think this is going to make his victory tonight that much sweeter.
Now that's the way to do it. Let your opponent know who's boss.
Or you can just keep posturing and give your opponent time to recover.
I love it. Talk about rubbing your opponent's face in it.
Yes, but this might not be the smartest course of action. This match is far from over.
Look at the confidence. He's letting his opponent know what's up.
He'd better watch out, though. His cockiness could backfire in a major way.
Looks like someone's making it clear that he's not feeling too threatened right about now.
Well, this is a good way to find yourself in a bad situation. He's wasting time instead of following up here.
Haha, look at this, Cole. He doesn't look too worried about this match.
Well, he should be. Until that bell rings, this is still anyone's match. What a jerk. How about a little less posing and a little more action?
Give it a rest. There's nothing wrong with getting inside your opponent's head like this.
Oh, would you look at this? Talk about arrogant. It's sickening.
I think it's great. That's not arrogance, that's confidence, and that's what wins matches.
I don't think he's going to win any fans over with that.
It's not about winning over fans. He's letting everyone know that he doesn't care what they think.
Why doesn't he put his money where his mouth is and continue with the match?
Hey, don't get hot. He's just having a little fun here.
He's showing absolutely no respect for his opponent.
Yeah, and his opponent isn't doing anything about it. What does that tell you?
Looks like he's bringing in his partner. Did they get the tag? Yes, I think that's a tag. He's tagging in his partner. Looks like the tag has been made. That was a smart tag. The referee saw the tag. The tag is made. That tag shows some impressive teamwork. They got the tag.
And there's the tag. He's tagged in his partner. Looks like a tag to me. Looks like they got the tag. Oh man, there's the tag. Quick tags are the best way to win a match like this. The tag's been made and his partner's coming in. There's the tag. Nice teamwork there. There's the tag. They made the tag. Here we go.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle. An injured superstar is like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
That's absolutely right. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponents think you're easy pickings.
Well, I wouldn't consider any of these superstars to be easy pickings, no matter how beaten up they get. I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long rivalry.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate them.
Hey, watch your language. This is a family show.
I said exasperate. Never mind.
Man, this one's turned into a fight. Pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it took me by surprise, and that doesn't happen often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds of matches in your career. We've both called hundreds more. We usually have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but not this time.
I guess it just goes to show you anything can happen here in the WWE. Talk about superstars who don't have an ounce of quit between them. You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Hey, you got to be in there every single match and be willing to do whatever it takes. You'd know that if you actually ever step between those ropes.
I don't have to have been in a match to realize that jeopardizing my future for the sake of one match is incredibly short-sighted.
You know, I'm going to replace you with somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. Maybe Carlito. He might be a little tough to understand sometimes, but at least he knows what it's like to wrestle a match.
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
You know, if you let me train you, you could be cruiserweight champ inside a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Are you surprised? They're just training people to go to war. I train them to be WWE superstars.
Well, thanks but no thanks, partner. I think I'll stick to announcing for now.
These superstars have been giving it everything they've got all night.
They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
Yeah, you're not going to win a match if you're blown up 2 minutes into it.
You can say that again. I've seen matches won and lost simply because one superstar was able to outlast their opponent.
This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved. But if you're going to be snippy, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Wow, if I knew it was that easy, I would have said that years ago.
These superstars are at the top of their game, but only one of them is going to have his hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
So what? You want to say that everybody wins so that nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it.
It's so great seeing these superstars in competition here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, anytime you throw these kind of combustible elements into a match, you're guaranteed a great show.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight.
Even if you wind up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much worse.
Hey, that's pretty insightful for a guy who's never wrestled a match in his life.
Well, I've been in the locker room after a match and seen the superstars who don't get their hands raised. You can literally feel the disappointment radiating off them. It's not a pretty sight.
These superstars give everything they've got when they're in a match like this, but a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice behind the scenes, too.
No question. If you want to make it in the WWE, you've got to sacrifice just about everything for your career. It has to be as important to you as anything else in your life.
And for a lot of guys, their WWE career is their life. That's why you see so much passion for what they do in the ring.
And that's something you won't see anywhere else. With all due respect to every athlete and entertainer out there, no one gives as much of themselves to their fans as the WWE superstars.
I've been looking forward to this match all night.
So have I. It's certainly been one of the most anticipated matchups in recent weeks.
And usually when you got that kind of hype, it's tough to live up to expectation, but these superstars aren't having any trouble doing that.
They sure aren't. And that's an impressive thing in and of itself.
Seeing a match like this makes me proud to be part of this company.
I'm with you, partner. You just can't experience a thrill like this anywhere else.
And that's because you're not going to see athletes like the WWE superstars anywhere else, Cole.
You certainly aren't. They're the greatest athletes in the world. And this is the only place you'll see them doing what they do best. I think we might be looking at the future of the WWE in this ring tonight.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit. This is a great match, and the fans are definitely into it.
And that's what really matters. If the WWE fans aren't happy, they'll let you know it. I certainly don't envy the referee in this match.
No kidding. No matter what call you make, you're going to get on the bad side of at least one superstar.
And that's about the last place you want to be if you're not a superstar yourself. Trust me, I know. I don't think anyone in this match has even considered that they might not walk out the winner.
Of course not. That's the kind of attitude that gets you beat quicker than anything.
And that's something I don't think people realize. the mental conditioning of the WWE superstars is just as impressive as the physical conditioning.
Man, what a match. Kids, if you're watching this, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained WWE superstars, and even they wind up seriously injured sometimes.
That's for sure. Even me, a former WWE champion, has had his share of injuries over the years. I think these superstars are going to keep it up until they've got literally nothing left to give.
And that's the attitude you have to take to win. You know that your opponent isn't going to hold anything back, and you can't afford to either.
I'd love to know where you're coming up with this stuff, because it sure ain't from personal experience. Man, I don't want this match to end.
I'm with you, partner, but it's got to end sooner or later.
Well, whichever way it goes, no one can say that these superstars didn't give it everything they got. When I first heard about this match, I wasn't sure what to think, but these superstars are blowing me away.
Really? As soon as I heard about it, I expected a tremendous matchup, and I haven't been disappointed.
I didn't say I'm not disappointed, but I'll talk about getting stuck with you as a broadcast partner some other time.
Night after night, the WWE superstars never fail to amaze the fans.
And that's a good thing. I don't even like to think about where we'd be if they didn't.
Well, we wouldn't be sitting here calling this match, that's for sure. These superstars are so unpredictable. I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next.
I don't think you're going to be able to. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
And what a wild ride it's been so far, with no signs of stopping anytime soon.
It's crazy to think that we actually get paid to do a job like this. There's thousands of people out there who would do this for free.
Really? Maybe I should look into that. I could get a better broadcast partner and save the company some money at the same time.
Keep it up. And you're going to find out exactly how tough it is to do this job with your jaw wired shut. Look at these superstars go. It's obvious that they've done their homework on each other.
That's for sure. This match might have been over by now if they hadn't.
90% of a match is in the preparation. You got to come in ready for battle. This match proves without a doubt why SmackDown's the dominant brand in sports entertainment.
I can't help but agree, partner. You won't see action like this on Raw.
Even if you did, you'd have to hear about puppies and government mules and scalded dogs. It's like a zoo over there.
This capacity crowd is certainly getting its money's worth here tonight.
And it's a good thing, too. If they're not buying tickets, we're not getting paychecks.
Well, I don't think we'll have to worry about selling tickets the next time we come back here. Not after a match like this. These superstars have proven time and again that they're willing and able to go the distance.
Well, you don't get too far in this business if you're not.
That's for sure, partner. There's always someone right behind you, ready to overtake you if you can't keep up.
There isn't an ounce of quit in these superstars.
There certainly isn't. They're in this one to the bitter end.
I cannot remember the last time I've seen a crowd this pumped up.
I know what you mean, partner. These superstars have really brought the fans to life here tonight.
I know I say this a lot, but it ain't ballet. You step between those ropes, you better be prepared to take some punishment.
And to dish some out as well. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar win a match by being a tackling dummy.
These superstars are on fire tonight.
They sure are, and I don't think they're going to be put out anytime soon.
I've got to admit it, I'm impressed by these superstars' performance here tonight.
We were expecting a solid match from these superstars, but this is even better than I'd hoped.
Anyone who thinks this business is a piece of cake should get into the ring with these superstars.
I don't think anyone would last too long against them. These are trained WWE professionals.
These superstars are putting on a clinic.
Yeah, and not a health clinic. I don't think they'll be the same after this one.
As long as these superstars have got anything left in the tank, they'll keep going at it.
They certainly don't look like they're going to give anything less than 100% here tonight.
So have you got any predictions about who's going to win this one?
No way. I've seen you embarrass yourself with enough bad guesses that I'm not going to risk doing the same.
The key to winning a match like this is to build momentum. You're not going to see a match won with just one or two moves.
No, but one or two big moves at a crucial point could change the direction of it completely.
We've seen some pretty good back and forth here, but you don't see too many matches end that way.
No, you don't. And I think we'll see one superstar dominate the match before it's over.
This one's going to keep going until someone can't go anymore.
And considering the conditioning of these athletes, that could be quite a while from now.
Boy, this is not the way I thought this match was going to go at all.
And that's what makes the WWE so exciting. The unpredictability of the superstars. You never quite know exactly what you're going to see.
There's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears shed in that ring over the years.
And if these superstars have their way, there's going to be a lot more shed here tonight.
This one could still go either way.
It sure could. It's not over until the referee calls for the bell.
Oh, man, I don't envy that referee. The last place I'd want to be is between these two superstars.
You can say that again. Talk about hazardous to your health.
What a match. I've got no idea what these superstars are going to do next.
That makes two of us, partner. And I think that's one of the things that makes it so exciting.
The refs got a tough job trying to keep these superstars on the up and up.
Well, it's easier to get some superstars to play by the rules than others.
Look, if you're going to get on your high horse again and give us another lecture about playing fair, I am going to regurgitate.
Is it so wrong to ask a superstar to play by the rules? That doesn't seem to be so unreasonable to me.
That's because you never competed in a match. If you did, you'd know that you got to do whatever it takes to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect? These are WWE superstars, the greatest athletes in the world.
True enough, there's no off season for them. There's no month or two off between matches.
No, there isn't. They got to be here week in, week out, and they go until they can't go anymore.
And they do it all for the WWE fans. Without them, none of us would even be here.
I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That's not necessarily the case. Just because it's called a finisher doesn't mean it always ends the match.
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
That's ridiculous. When I hit someone with the clothesline from hell, they stayed down, period.
I think you're developing a selective memory in your old age, partner.
This match is so good, it's even worth having to sit next to you to watch it.
Thanks a lot. You know, you're not always my number one choice for a broadcast partner either.
You know what? You should partner up with Jerry Lawler. Then you could have the king and the queen on commentary.
Really funny. You know, that would almost be worth not having to work with a joker like you all the time.
This is one heck of a match so far.
It sure is. What do you think the highlight of it has been so far?
Well, that'll probably come a little later in the match when you shut your yap for a few seconds and let me enjoy it in peace.
Well, excuse me for doing my job, partner. Sorry to have disturbed you.
You can imagine the tension between the competitors right now. Well, you could if you had ever actually been in a match.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the tenacity radiating off of these superstars.
Trust me, when it comes down to you or them, it's a whole different level of intensity.
I'll have to take your word for it. I honestly can't imagine a more electric atmosphere than the one in this arena right now.
This sellout crowd just can't get enough of these superstars.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition, it's also about entertaining the fans.
Well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer? That's not exactly a great entertainment value.
You might be right. I think it would be extremely entertaining to listen to you try to call a match all by yourself.
I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claim to be completely objective. I respect superstars who show some sportsmanship in the ring.
Spoken like somebody who's never been in a match, Michael. If you're putting your body on the line in there, you got to do whatever it takes to protect yourself and pick up the win.
You're talking about two different things. Self-defense is one thing, but cheating to steal a victory is something completely different.
You don't see action like this every day.
You sure don't, and we've got the best seats in the house.
We sure do, front and center. We couldn't be any closer to this match without being in it.
Whoa, that's your territory, partner, not mine. I'm perfectly happy staying right where I am.
Look, all the WWE superstars are tough human beings, but these competitors tonight are really raising the bar.
They sure are. We're seeing some great intensity here tonight.
And that's the name of the game, intensity. You got to stay on your opponent until one of you cannot go anymore.
These superstars are well aware of that, and that's exactly what they've got in mind.
Wow. I almost feel bad for JR and the King. When's the last time you think they saw a match this good?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know if they've ever had anything this good on Raw.
Well, that just makes sense. After all, SmackDown is the #1 brand in all of sports entertainment.
And that's one of the few things we completely agree on, partner. It doesn't get any bigger or better than SmackDown.
When you see this level of competition, there's no doubt that SmackDown is just head and shoulders better than Raw.
I couldn't agree more. Raw has some incredible superstars, no question about it, but they just can't compete with SmackDown's finest.
Look, I know you're just trying to be diplomatic, but you can't seriously say that there's anyone on the Raw roster you'd want to have here on SmackDown.
I'm 100% serious. Can you imagine having Triple H or Edge or John Cena here? That could take SmackDown to the next level.
Can you believe this match so far?
I really can't. This isn't anything like what I expected from these competitors.
Yeah, I gotta admit, they are surprising the hell out of me here too.
And I think it's that unpredictability that makes these superstars so exciting to watch.
These superstars are looking for an opening here to try and gain the advantage.
I know exactly what you mean. These superstars certainly are pulling out all the stops.
You can say that again. Waiting for your opponent to make a move or give you an opening can be just as intense as putting them through a table.
And patience can certainly be a virtue in a match like this.
No surprises there. When's the last time you saw a WWE superstar go halfway?
And whether or not you have that kind of patience often means the difference between winning and losing a match. These superstars are clearly giving it their all tonight.
I gotta say, I didn't expect these superstars to go after each other the way they have tonight. This has been a brutal match so far.
I don't think I ever have. If they did, they wouldn't last long around here.
Oh, really? I was wondering what happened to the pointy-toe shoes and frilly little skirts. I'd check your closet, but I'd have to wait for you to come out first.
Well, it's not ballet, you know.
This has been a barn burner of a match so far.
It has indeed, but I think this crowd is waiting to see one or two really big moves.
Yeah, but going for those too quickly is the best way to lose a match.
Victory means absolutely everything to these competitors tonight.
Now that's a real pearl of wisdom. You got any more? Like the superstar who beats their opponents will be the winner?
How about you should spend more time calling the match and less time cutting down your broadcast partner?
Well, I think we know which way this one's gonna go.
Actually, from my perspective, I think it could still go either way.
And what perspective would that be? The perspective of somebody who's never actually been in a match?
These superstars certainly aren't going easy on each other tonight. They sure are giving the fans their money's worth.
I just hope the WWE fans appreciate it. These superstars put their bodies on the line night after night.
And the WWE fans sell out these arenas night after night. Sounds like they appreciate it to me.
If you ever wonder just how much punishment a human being could take, I think you're going to get your answer tonight.
You might be right. It doesn't look like these superstars are going to go easy on each other.
That's not what they're getting paid for. And besides, their pride wouldn't let them give less than 100%. You look at any other sport in the world and you won't find a single athlete that can compare with the WWE superstars.
And there's a reason for that. There are no off seasons in WWE. These superstars perform every week of the year.
And we're not just talking about swinging a bat or kicking a ball. WWE is the most physical competition you can be a part of. Hands down.
Folks, we'll be staying with this match to the end with no commercial interruptions.
Good thing, because I don't think we'd hear the end of it if we cut away here.
You're probably right. I know I wouldn't want to miss a second of this action.
These superstars are pounding the hell out of each other. How much longer can they keep this up?
I don't know, but you can bet that it's going to get a lot worse before it's over.
I tell you, this is what WWE is all about.
You're absolutely right. The greatest athletes in the world competing on the grandest stage of them all.
How much longer are these superstars going to be able to keep it up?
Your guess is as good as mine. They're certainly not going easy on each other, that's for sure.
I think I got a pretty good idea of who's going to win this one.
I wouldn't be so sure. If there's one thing we've seen, it's that anything can happen here in WWE.
This could go down in the books as an instant classic.
I think just about every match has that potential. This is WWE after all.
These superstars are beating the living hell out of each other, and this crowd's eating it up.
It's what they came to see, and these superstars are making sure they don't go home disappointed.
You're not going to see superstars like this anywhere else except on SmackDown.
You'll get no argument from me, partner. SmackDown is the dominant brand in all of sports entertainment.
This is one hell of a performance by some amazing superstars.
What did you expect? They're from SmackDown after all.
I don't think there's going to be anything left of these superstars by the time this is over.
You might be right. They are so focused on victory that they don't care what they have to do to get it.
It's not easy maintaining this kind of intensity week after week after week. Trust me.
I don't doubt it. The WWE superstars don't get any offseason. They compete every week until they're not physically capable of continuing.
Look at these superstars. They haven't even contemplated the fact that they might lose here tonight.
They've sacrificed so much to get here. I don't think they could allow that thought to enter their heads.
Conditioning is a huge factor in any match. If you can't go the distance, there's no way you're going to win.
That's for sure. And the WWE superstars are some of the best conditioned athletes in the world.
Uh-oh. The more I watch this match, the more I realize there might be some real personal issues here with these superstars.
You might be right. After all, they spent the better part of the match beating the heck out of each other. It's hard not to take something like that personally.
I talked to these superstars before the match, and I've never seen competitors more fired up and ready to get it on.
Judging from how this match has gone so far, I have no trouble believing that whatsoever.
I think things might quiet down a little here soon.
Or we might just be heading into the calm before the storm.
I hope these fans realize they are getting their money's worth.
If they don't yet, I'm sure they will by the end of the match.
It's obvious that these superstars have studied each other carefully.
No question about that. You won't last long against an opponent you haven't done your homework on.
I wonder if we're going to see anything this good on Raw next week.
Come on. I think we both know the answer to that one.
You never know what to expect from these superstars. This could be over in 60 seconds or 60 minutes.
Well, it wouldn't break my heart if they went for an hour. I'm really enjoying this match.
These superstars are showing some great intensity here tonight, and that is exactly what these WWE fans came to see.
That's for sure, and the number one rule here on SmackDown is to send the WWE fans home happy.
A lot of people think Rey Mysterio's really exciting to watch, but he just doesn't have the size nor the strength to compete at this level.
I think you're selling Mysterio short, no pun intended. Mysterio's developed a very unique style that makes the most of his natural speed and agility.
Sure, but if it comes down to Mysterio versus a super heavyweight, I know where I'm putting my money.
Matt Hardy says that he will not die, and we're seeing that determination here tonight in this match.
You know, maybe Hardy should worry more about trying not to lose. Seems to me that's where he could use the most work. Bobby Lashley's a big guy, but he's got to be careful not to depend too much on his size and strength.
You're kidding, right? It seems to me like those are Lashley's two biggest advantages. They've certainly served him well so far in his career.
Keep telling yourself that. It's true what they say. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and Lashley might learn the hard way. Bobby Lashley's a legitimate tough guy, no doubt about it, but raw power only gets you so far in this business.
Sure, but what about his speed? It's rare to see a superstar with the combination of strength and quickness that Lashley possesses. Bobby Lashley is about as impressive a specimen as there is in WWE.
Oh, yeah? He looks great on paper, but I want to see how he does here tonight before I start calling him the next big thing.
He's got his share of detractors, but I don't think there's any denying that Rowdy Roddy Piper is one of the true greats of sports entertainment.
Absolutely. Anyone who talks trash about Piper is probably someone he beat and embarrassed back in the day.
Yeah, or someone he screwed over by cheating.
Hey, Piper never denied that he'll do whatever it takes to win the match, and you can't say it hasn't paid dividends for him.
You might almost say that having someone like Piper to compete against helped make some of those popular superstars into bona fide legends.
There's been a lot of superstars over the years that the fans couldn't get enough of, and most of them have one thing in common. They faced Rowdy Roddy Piper in the ring.
He's been a fan favorite and a rule breaker in his time, but the one thing that Rowdy Roddy Piper has never been is ignored.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's easy to be the good guy when you're facing an opponent as nasty as Piper.
And that's what this business is all about. Winning the match isn't enough. You've got to personally involve the fans in the outcome, and Roddy Piper is a master of that. Roddy Piper is so unpredictable. and that's what makes him such a dangerous competitor.
No kidding. I must have seen 100 of Piper's matches, and every time he steps between those ropes, he shows me something new.
Shane McMahon has fought on the side of the Angels and the Devils, but whether you love him or hate him, you have to respect him.
I gotta agree with that. He's the son of Vince McMahon. He could have sat back and lived off a trust fund, but the kid gets in there and competes. I respect that.
And Shane doesn't do anything halfway either. He takes risks that most superstars wouldn't even attempt.
Shane O'Mac's either got a lot of guts or he's just plain crazy. Maybe a little of both. Either way, you're not going to get bored watching him.
He's put his body on the line time and time again, and that's something the fans have come to expect from him.
My eyes are glued to Shane O'Mac right now. You never know when this kid's going to bust out some crazy move.
Shane McMahon might not be a full-time superstar, but every time he steps into the ring, he makes an impact.
And respect about him, too. Shane will stop at nothing to entertain these WWE fans, and you got to love that. Personally, I'm glad Shane O'Mac doesn't compete every week, or he'd be in a wheelchair by now. This lunatic doesn't know the meaning of the words, take it easy.
He certainly doesn't. We've seen him risk life and limb time and again. Will we see it again here tonight?
The Undertaker's got an impressive history here in WWE, but you're only as good as your last match.
How can you say that? The dead man has proven himself time and time again.
Undertaker has earned his rep, no doubt about it, but you got to know when to call it a day. There's a fine line between legend and has-been.
I can't believe you could sit here and even imply that The Undertaker might be a has-been. That could be hazardous to your health.
Maybe that's why I didn't come out and say it then. I'm just saying the thing about being at the top is there's nowhere to go but down.
I don't think there's a superstar in the history of WWE who's gone from rookie to WWE champion as quickly as John Cena has.
Yeah, Cena's shot up real quick, but he hasn't picked up the experience that a lot of other superstars have.
Well, from where I sit, I haven't seen a lot of superstars give Cena much of a problem. He's held his own against some of the most talented veterans on the roster.
I assume you're talking about me, right? Well, let me tell you something. When John Cena beat me for the WWE Championship, that was a fluke.
If that's the case, then he's had a lot of fluke victories since then. I don't think anyone gets as far as Cena has on luck alone.
You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
He's impressive, no question. But it's not like he's the biggest or the baddest guy to set foot in a WWE ring.
Well, you got to be pretty big and pretty bad to wear championship gold, and that's what Batista's done time after time.
Hey, anybody can have a few good nights. I think Batista's overrated, and I think we're going to see that here tonight.
If I was a gambling man, I'd take that bet. I don't mind admitting that I'm in awe of Batista, and I know I'm not the only one. Rey Mysterio is so fast, so agile, and so talented, and he's proven that he's championship material.
Sure. He was a champ for what? Couple of weeks? Of course, it wasn't anything compared to my legendary reign.
It was longer than that. And if I recall correctly, he successfully defended the championship against you.
Yeah, a fluke victory against an injured opponent. That's how this little jumping bean has to win his matches.
When you talk about a man who's done it all in this business, you don't have to look any further than the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, Michaels has been in this business a long, long time, and I'm not surprised he's stuck with Raw. I doubt he could keep up with some of the younger SmackDown talent.
You're not seriously suggesting that HBK couldn't be competitive on SmackDown. No disrespect to the SmackDown superstars, but this is Shawn Michaels we're talking about.
All I'm saying is that ever since Raw and SmackDown became separate brands, we haven't seen much of Michaels on SmackDown. You take that any way you want. Half of The Undertaker's style is about getting inside his opponent's head. If you can keep your cool in the ring with him, you got a chance.
But you're not taking into account the power and experience of the dead man. You can't forget about that.
Of course you can't. The man's a legend. That's why I didn't bother mentioning it.
I don't think there's ever been a more dominant superstar in WWE than the legendary dead man, The Undertaker.
Yeah, but you can only stay on top of the mountain for so long, and the dead man's been there for a long, long time.
That might be true, but I don't see anyone on the horizon who could dethrone the Phenom.
Cena spends a lot of time running his mouth. If I were him, I'd put that energy into improving my ring skills.
Cena's a multiple-time WWE champion. How much more improvement do you really need?
Listen, if you're not constantly trying to improve, you're going to get overtaken by a guy who is. Cena better keep that in mind.
It's been a long time since I saw a crowd get behind a superstar the way they have for John Cena.
Yeah, and that's great for him. But this is a match, not a popularity contest.
I don't think Cena's got any problem being physical either. There aren't many superstars who can match his accomplishments. Rey Mysterio never fails to impress me. Every time he enters the ring, he finds another way to defy the laws of physics.
Speaking of the law of physics, I think Rey's gotten to a point where his competition is just too big and too strong for him to beat.
I think Mysterio can be competitive at any level against any opponent. If anyone would know that, it's you.
Eddie Guerrero's a great superstar, but he's got to keep his head in this match and quit playing to the crowd if he wants to win.
Eddie knows that there's more to this business than winning and losing. Few superstars are more loved than Eddie, and he'll remain in the hearts of these WWE fans forever.
I'm not saying it's not nice to know the fans love you. I'm just saying it's nice to have your hand raised in victory after the match, too.
These fans just can't get enough of Latino heat. Eddie Guerrero's got them in the palm of his hand.
Yeah, and I don't know why. He lies, he cheats, and he steals. These fans hate it when most superstars pull that. What is so different about Eddie?
How about his love for the business? How about a commitment to putting on the best show possible for his fans? Eddie has never taken them for granted.
If you ask me, Batista's best days were back when he was Triple H's lackey.
Batista was impressive as a member of Evolution, but it wasn't until he left them that he earned the first of several World Heavyweight Championship victories.
Batista's had a lot of success so far, but that's because most of his opponents let him psych them out.
If you're not intimidated at the sight of a heavily muscled 6.5-foot animal like Batista, you better have your head examined.
Michaels sure is getting up there. If he sticks around too much longer, HBK's going to stand for the has-been kid.
I don't think Shawn Michaels is ever going to be a has-been. He looks as good today as he ever did, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, but that will only take you so far. You've got to have the physical skills to match that if you want to make it to the top of the mountain around here.
Regardless of how you personally feel about Matt Hardy, you've got to respect his drive, his energy, and his passion for this business.
Let's face it. Hardy has made a career of biting off more than he can chew. I think he really believes his own hype.
I hope you're not implying that Hardy doesn't have what it takes to get it done in the ring.
If there's a more overrated superstar on the SmackDown roster than Matt Hardy, I couldn't tell you who it is.
Overrated? Hardy's a multiple-time tag team champion, a former cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, but to hear him talk, he's the second coming or something. And if you ask me, he's just second rate.
I don't think there's a superstar on the roster with as much drive and determination as Matt Hardy, and these fans certainly react to that.
Yeah, well, they might react even better to a win every now and then, if you ask me.
Well, excuse me, but I didn't hear a bell. This match is still going on, last I checked.
No disrespect, but when is Matt Hardy just going to pack it in and call it a day?
I don't think you're ever going to see that from Matt Hardy. He's simply got too much passion and determination.
I can't think of the last time I saw a superstar with the speed and raw power of this man, Bobby Lashley.
Lashley's a powerhouse, no doubt about it. But he lacks experience, and experience is what makes all the difference.
He got some pretty good experience when he beat you for the United States Championship, didn't he?
That's a little below the belt, isn't it? Let's talk about all of your championship reigns. Okay, we're done.
These fans have certainly rallied around Bobby Lashley, and it's not hard to see why.
Yeah, but if Lashley knows what's good for him, he won't worry about the fans. He'll just focus on taking care of business in the ring.
Lashley's made a name for himself doing exactly that, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
I could be in this business another 100 years, and I bet I'd never see another superstar like Hot Rod Roddy Piper.
He's one of a kind, that's for sure, and I'm sure his opponents are glad of that. Shane is Mr. McMahon's heir. He doesn't need to take the risks that he does.
Yeah, but he does it to entertain the fans, and whether they like him or not, they respect that about him.
Ric Flair certainly has earned the nickname the dirtiest player in the game. But you can't say he doesn't warn his opponents.
You're such a hypocrite. If it was anyone else in there cheating to win, you'd be all over them.
What can I say? I guess I'm willing to make an exception for a legend with 16 World Championship victories to his credit.
So much for objective commentary. I guess it's up to me to provide the fair and balanced analysis as usual.
It's obvious that these fans think it's pretty cool that they get to see Carlito in action here tonight.
Yeah? Well, what do they know about cool? And what do you know about it either, for that matter?
Well, I know when you've got tens of thousands of fans cheering you on, that's cool.
If you're relying on these yahoos to tell you what's cool, you've got bigger problems than I thought.
Well, if it hasn't happened so far, I have my doubts as to whether it ever will.
Ric Flair is a terrible example to every young superstar. The man built his career on cheating and stealing victories.
Ah, come on. Don't tell me you didn't borrow a trick or two from the dirtiest player in the game.
Can someone please explain to me what's so cool about a giant afro and a stupid accent?
It's like they say, if you have to ask, you'll never know. There's no doubt that Ashley is one of the most beautiful and talented divas on the roster.
Her only problem is her terrible taste in men. You know, she's refused every dinner invitation I've offered her.
Aren't you already married, partner?
Who said anything about marrying her? Ashley's a wild little filly, but I bet I could tame her.
I'm not sure about that, partner. She seems like she'd be quite a handful.
She seems like she'd be a couple, but I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Ashley certainly is a beautiful young woman. If I wasn't a happily married man.
Come on, what would you do with a woman like Ashley?
I'm not going to answer that, partner. My wife might be watching.
I don't care how many times I see her. I'll never get over how good Ashley looks.
And she's more than just a pretty face. Ashley's an incredible competitor as well. Ashley first came to the WWE as the winner of the Diva Search contest, and it's not hard to see why.
You'd have to be blind, deaf, and stupid not to. That is one beautiful creature right there.
You can search the world over and you won't find another superstar like the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy.
And I, for one, am grateful for that. The last thing this company needs is another head case like him.
He might be unconventional, but there's no questioning the name he's made for himself.
Unconventional is wearing blue jeans to a business meeting. Jeff Hardy is a freak show. I'll never understand how Jeff Hardy can leave the house looking like that.
I don't know. I think the Jeff Hardy hairstyle is exactly what you might need to update your image a little.
You'd never catch me wearing my hair that long. It's just unmanly.
Sometimes it seems like there's no risk too great for Jeff Hardy to take.
That's because he's got more brains than sense.
I doubt that. If he didn't know what he was doing, he'd never have lasted as long as he has in this business.
What in the world happened to Jeff Hardy to make him turn out the way he did?
I don't think anything happened to him. Jeff's just one of those people who marches to the beat of a different drummer.
Of course he does. These people want to cheer someone who's as big of a loser as they are.
No matter where he goes, Jeff Hardy always enjoys enthusiastic fan support. You know, despite his reputation, I don't think Shad has ever been convicted of breaking any laws.
Shad is one half of a team that calls themselves Crime Time. And you're telling me he's not a criminal?
That's just a name. You called yourself a wrestling god, but you aren't actually a god.
Okay, now you're really starting to annoy me. Let's just drop this before I have to drop you. Personally, I think it's disgusting that these fans cheer for a career criminal like Shad.
Well, it's that kind of fan support that might enable him to steal a win here tonight.
Then that makes everyone in this arena an accessory to theft.
Chad certainly is a unique performer. He's not one to play by the rules, that's for sure.
I can't believe your hypocrisy. Normally, you'd be all over a superstar who flagrantly ignored the rules like that.
Hey, anyone who calls his tag team Crime Time isn't trying to hide anything. I respect his honesty about his dishonesty.
I think it's disgusting the way Shad perpetuates so many disgusting stereotypes.
Wow, I never thought I'd hear you join the politically correct thought police, partner.
Oh, so it's okay to be a criminal as long as you're enjoying yourself.
Chad certainly seems to enjoy the life he's made for himself here in WWE.
Yeah, I heard his lawyer tried using that excuse to get his sentence reduced at his last parole hearing.
JTG might have somewhat of a checkered past, but his skills as an in-ring performer are beyond compare.
Hey, all I'm saying is that I wouldn't trust my car keys to JTG, and neither would anyone in this arena.
If you keep slandering JTG like that, you're the one who might need a lawyer, partner.
I don't understand how these fans can cheer a cheating thug like JTG.
Well, he wouldn't be the first superstar in WWE to lie, cheat, and steal his way to victory.
Oh, please. You're comparing him to a man whose boots he isn't fit to kiss.
So what exactly is your problem with JTG?
He's a thief. I have no respect for anyone who steals another person's valuables.
I'm sorry, how exactly did you win the WWE Championship again?
I can't believe that JTG holds himself up as a role model for these WWE fans.
I've never heard him call himself a role model, partner. He prides himself on his athletic ability, and with good reason.
I just think it's a sign that our culture is in serious trouble when guys like JTG are cheered as heroes.
I know you're not JTG's biggest fan, partner, and I honestly don't know why.
Why? As far as I'm concerned, he's just a pretty boy. Oh, wait. I think I just answered my own question.
My loyalty is to SmackDown, but I admit that I wish we could steal CM Punk to our roster.
All I'm saying is that CM Punk's been a big fish in a little pond for a long time. He wouldn't last 2 minutes against the big boys.
Come on, you're telling me that you don't recognize the athletic ability and potential of CM Punk?
I know the internet loves CM Punk. The kid is overrated.
I don't know about that. It's hard to argue with tens of thousands of screaming WWE fans.
Who's arguing? I'm right. They're wrong. End of discussion.
I can honestly say that I don't think I've ever seen a superstar as exciting and dynamic as CM Punk.
Come on. He's nothing but a tattooed moron with delusions of grandeur.
That might be your opinion, but I think the vast majority of these fans would disagree.
It really sticks in my craw that CM Punk makes a big deal about being straight edge, like that makes him better than the rest of us.
I don't think that's his opinion at all. And if he does think that he's better than anyone else, I'm sure it's because of his confidence in his abilities, not his lifestyle choices.
Well, he calls himself Punk. And that's exactly what he is. So I'll give him credit for truth in advertising.
You've never been CM Punk's biggest fan, but I'm sure you can come up with one good thing to say about him. These fans expected an extreme performance from Sabu, and I don't think they'll leave disappointed.
Sabu makes me sick. He shows no respect for his own body. How can he possibly respect anyone else?
I think Sabu respects anyone who's willing and able to go the distance with him.
Well, I don't. A superstar's career is too valuable to risk it by getting in the ring with a head case like Sabu. If you ask me, Sabu represents the worst of what ECW has to offer.
What? You mean high-flying, risk-taking, high-impact competition?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. When did you start kissing ECW butt?
I'd never want to be in the ring with Sabu, but I have to admit it's exciting to watch him compete.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Sabu should be locked away like the animal that he is.
If you feel that strongly about it, you're welcome to try, partner.
I don't think there's anything that Sabu wouldn't do to an opponent if he thought it would win him the match.
Well, what did you expect? He comes from ECW, where the only rules are there are no rules. Sabu might be one of the most exciting and dangerous superstars on the ECW roster.
Sabu's not a superstar. He's an extremist. He's a stunt man. He's a one-man train wreck.
Whether you like ECW or not, there's no question that the Sandman enjoys terrific support from this capacity crowd.
Of course he does. He's an illiterate, beer-swelling redneck, like most of these WWE fans.
Come on now. I know for a fact you're no stranger to knocking a few back every now and then either.
Yeah, but I'm also a successful businessman, a wrestling god, and the best color commentator in this business. It makes me sick the way Sandman's always hitting people with that kendo stick. That's assault, you know.
Well, a lot of things that take place in this arena wouldn't be allowed outside of it.
Yeah, but the Sandman abuses this business just so he can indulge his psychopathic urges.
The Sandman is without a doubt one of the most admired superstars in ECW.
And that's just one of the many reasons ECW will always and forever stand for extremely crappy wrestling.
I think there are a lot of ECW fans who take issue with that.
If anyone else started their workday with a beer the way Sandman does, he'd be fired on the spot.
Well, what can I say, partner? That's ECW for you. The Sandman is an ECW original and one of the biggest stars of the brand.
Talk about being the biggest fish in the world's smallest pond.
Regardless of how you feel about ECW, it's a real treat to see a diva like Kelly Kelly in action.
And I wouldn't mind seeing how extreme Kelly can get here tonight.
You might get your wish. She's an exhibitionist, you know.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. That's one of the reasons I showed up to work tonight. Kelly Kelly might not be the brightest bulb on the string, but who needs brains when you got a body like that?
I don't know, partner. Some of us prefer women we can actually hold a conversation with.
There's a lot of things I'd like to hold with Kelly. A conversation isn't one of them.
For the sake of our show tonight, I hope Kelly manages to restrain her exhibitionist tendencies.
Excuse me? Did you just say that you didn't want to see a beautiful young woman in a state of undress?
I'm not saying I'm not interested. I'm just saying I'd like for us to not get kicked off the air.
If Kelly's brains were dynamite, she wouldn't have enough to blow her nose.
Fortunately for you, I don't think SAT scores were part of her ECW application. Kelly prides herself on being an exhibitionist, and she's certainly putting on quite an exhibition here tonight.
Listen. Next time you're going to try to be cute like that, give me some warning so I don't regurgitate on my microphone. Tori Wilson looks as lovely as ever, as if that's a surprise.
Are you blushing? Look at you. You're blushing. Looking at Tori reminds me of something a friend of mine used to say. She's got legs all the way to her.
All right. Simmer down there, Cole. I tell you what, that Tori Wilson is one sweet little tomato.
Did you call her that because your face gets all red whenever you see her?
My face only gets red when I'm trying to keep myself from throttling you whenever you say something stupid, which, by the way, is pretty often.
These fans can't get enough of Tori Wilson, and neither can I.
Everywhere Tori goes, she wins them over with that beautiful smile.
Wait a minute. You're looking at her smile? What the heck is wrong with you? Never mind. I think I know the answer to that one.
Oh, I tell you what. Tori Wilson is one hot mamacita.
I'm glad to see that those Spanish lessons are really paying off, compadre. Tori Wilson, of course, has appeared on the cover of Playboy magazine twice. I'm sure you picked up those issues.
Absolutely, but I just read them for the articles. And let me tell you, Tori's got some beautiful articles in there. I'm a SmackDown man through and through, but I got a lot of respect for Tommy Dreamer.
How could you not? He's the very heart and soul of ECW.
You're talking about a man who's put his body through hell time and time again in order to compete in the business that he loves.
And that's not something that's lost on these fans. Regardless of how you feel about ECW, it's almost impossible not to respect Tommy Dreamer.
I think it's a damn shame how Tommy Dreamer has sacrificed himself over and over for a bingo hall operation like ECW.
Dreamer isn't in this business for the money or the fame, partner. He's here because he loves what he does, and he loves our fans.
And that's an attitude I can't help but respect.
Tommy Dreamer has shed years of blood, sweat, and tears, sacrificing his own body for the sake of ECW.
Those three letters mean more to him than life itself. I might not respect the brand, but I respect Dreamer's dedication to it.
How can you not? The passion and dedication of Tommy Dreamer are virtually unmatched in all of sports entertainment. It's hard not to respect Tommy Dreamer. He's never given less than 100%, whether he's competing in front of 50 fans or 50,000.
Tommy Dreamer might be the last of the old school superstars, and that is something I respect.
How do you prepare for a match against Tommy Dreamer?
Dreamer's not the most technical superstar, but he's incredibly tenacious. You got to be ready for the fight of your life against an opponent who will not back down.
You're absolutely right. And we're seeing why here tonight.
Mick Foley's never been the most mentally stable superstar, but give the devil his due. He's a real hardcore legend. Foley's not a technical competitor. He just does whatever it takes to win the match. And I mean whatever it takes.
And as you said so many times before, winning matches is really all that matters when it comes down to the final analysis.
Every time you get in the ring with Mick Foley, you're taking your life in your own hands.
He built his legend by destroying some of the biggest names in the business, in WCW, in ECW, and of course here in WWE.
And every story you've heard about him is true, and half of them are worse than you think.
You never know who you're getting into the ring with when you compete against Mick Foley.
You sure don't. It could be the easygoing hippie dude Love or that total psychopath Cactus Jack.
I'm sure a psychologist would have a field day analyzing him, but I'm not sure Mick would take too kindly to that.
I'm not a squeamish man, but watching some of the stuff Mick Foley does sends a chill up my spine.
You're not the only one. Mick Foley is not an easy superstar to watch, but it's even harder to tear your eyes away from him.
I know exactly what you mean. Anyone who gets in the ring with Foley expecting to face a friendly little children's book author is in for a rude awakening.
I've met Mick Foley outside the ring, and I've seen him in action inside the ring, and I swear it's almost like he's two different people.
You look at Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you're looking at a man who's seen it all and done it all.
You're absolutely right. A 6-time WWE champion, three-time Royal Rumble winner, Intercontinental Champion, King of the Ring.
Not to mention the bane of Mr. McMahon's very existence.
Yeah, there aren't too many superstars who have managed to give the boss a stunner and keep their jobs.
I was a great WWE champion, the longest reigning WWE champion in history, but if there ever was a better one, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I have to admit, I'm a little shocked to hear you admit that Stone Cold was a better champion than you were.
Might have been, and if he was, there's no shame in coming in second to the best this business has ever seen.
No matter how long Stone Cold Steve Austin is away from the squared circle, he's as popular as ever when he returns.
He's an absolute phenomenon. I don't think this business has ever seen a bigger superstar than Stone Cold.
That's a bold statement, partner, but I'll second it.
I've been on the receiving end of a beating from Stone Cold, and let me tell you, I do not envy his opponent tonight.
Neither do I. Stone Cold isn't a man to let you off with a warning. It doesn't look like Stone Cold's transition to Hollywood has softened him up any.
If anything, he looks even tougher than ever, and that's saying something. In all my years in this business, I've never seen a superstar with the raw charisma of The Rock.
He certainly hasn't. And from the sound of things, they haven't forgotten him either.
And make no mistake about it, The Rock has not forgotten his millions and millions of WWE fans. Talk about a guy who's done it all in this business. The Rock's a 7-time champion. 7 times.
And if I'm doing the math correctly, that's 6 times more than you, right?
Apples and oranges. Don't confuse quantity with quality.
I love seeing The Rock on the silver screen, but it's even better to see him in the squared circle.
No question, The Rock is a sports entertainment natural, plain and simple.
And considering that he's a third-generation superstar, that comes as no surprise.
You know what I miss most about The Rock? The way he used to make you look like an idiot when you tried to interview him.
Yes, interviewing The Rock was always interesting. I'll just leave it at that. Seeing The Rock in action again makes you realize just how great he really is.
I wish my in-ring career wasn't over so I could go one-on-one with the great one and find out who the greatest WWE champion of all time really is. Bret Hart calls himself the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
And that's a hard point to argue.
You're not kidding. He's right on at least 2 counts, and I might not be able to see the future, but I bet he's right on that one too.
That's a pretty safe bet. I doubt we'll ever see another superstar in our lifetimes like the legendary Hitman.
The Hart family is a legendary name in the sports entertainment business, and Bret Hart is a legend among legends.
And these fans are getting a real treat watching the Hitman in action tonight.
They're not the only ones. I could watch Bret Hart compete every night of the week.
Bret Hart calls himself excellence of execution, and it's not hard to see why.
From anyone else, that would be just ego. From the Hitman, it's the truth.
And that's why Bret Hart is one of WWE's most respected Hall of Famers.
You take one look at Bret Hart, and it's not hard to see why he's a WWE Hall of Famer.
I'll put it this way, partner. If Bret Hart doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, nobody does.
Ravishing Rick Rude is a master of getting inside his opponent's head. No one can get you to lose your cool faster than him.
You're sure you're not just putting a positive spin on an out-of-control ego?
Of course not. Rude gets you so mad you can't see straight, which makes you easy pickings.
You might have a point there. It's hard to plan your next move when you're too angry to think clearly.
Ravishing Rick Rude's success with the ladies is legendary. I remember hearing this one story.
Easy, easy. I'm guessing that's probably not a family-friendly antidote.
Well, I think there was a pair of twin sisters involved, but I might be mistaken.
I don't think there's another superstar who can get under the skin of the fans and his opponents like Ravishing Rick Rude.
And that's to his credit. Rick Rude doesn't care if you like him. He's here to win matches, and he's damn good at it.
There's no arguing that point. Not when you're talking about a former Intercontinental Champion.
Rick Rude is twice the man of any guy in this arena, which makes him about 10 times the man you are.
You know, as a stand-up comedian, you make a great former WWE champion. I don't think Ravishing Rick Rude is making any new fans here tonight.
Of course not. These people are all jealous of him. They wish they were half the man he is. I hope these fans appreciate this opportunity to see Terry Funk in action here tonight.
Oh, I think they do. He's a living legend in this business.
You got that right. Legend is a word that gets thrown around a little too freely sometimes, but the Funkster is the very definition of it.
He certainly is. He's a true pioneer of sports entertainment, and it's a real treat to see him in the squared circle tonight.
When you're facing Terry Funk, you have to stay on offense. If you're not on offense, you're on defense.
And that's not a place you want to be when you're dealing with a legend like Terry Funk.
Absolutely not. Funk is a man who can recognize the slightest hint of weakness and use that to completely pick you apart.
How do you even prepare to enter into a match against a legend like Terry Funk?
As great as Funk is, you can't let the legend of the man psych you out. Otherwise, you're beat before you even start.
And I'd imagine that that's much easier said than done.
If there's a hell that Terry Funk won't put himself through to get a win, I've yet to see it.
And that's what makes Terry Funk so dangerous. However far you're willing to go, he'll go further. Terry Funk is the man who practically invented the word hardcore.
And as a former hardcore champion, I take my hat off to the man for that. Jim Neidhart is an old school brawler. He's been doing this for a long time, and there's a reason he's still going strong.
And I don't think there's ever been a more feared or brutal competitor than the Anvil.
You say that like it's a bad thing. The Anvil earned that nickname. He can take a hammering and come back for more.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all, but I bet some of his opponents might disagree.
Sometimes you forget just how smash-mouth Jim Neidhart's style is. The guy is an ox.
In his day, the Anvil was one of the most feared superstars in the WWE. And that hasn't changed.
Yeah, and if you ask me, some of today's superstars could use a little toughening up at the hands of the Anvil.
During his legendary career, Jim Neidhart has often been on the wrong side of the WWE fans, but that never slowed him down.
Well, you know, fans, whenever you beat one of their favorites, they hold it against you, and the Anvil's done plenty of that over the years.
He certainly has, and it doesn't look like he's done yet.
Jim Neidhart's a tough son of a gun, and I doubt there's a lot of today's superstars who could hang with him in the ring.
You might be right, but I'm sure many of them have studied his legendary career, and some of them might even be able to show him a thing or two. When you talk about the most ruthless, remorseless superstars of all time, Jim the Anvil Neidhart's name has got to be near the top of that list.
I could not agree more, and I know you consider that a bad thing, but I love to watch the Anvil do his thing. I've met Triple H in the ring before, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I came off the worst for it. I have to respect anyone who can pull that off.
Wait a second. You're telling me that your entire opinion of the man is based on the fact that he beat you in a match years ago?
If you'd actually ever set foot inside that ring, you'd know that that's a bigger deal than you seem to think it is.
But what about the cheating, the lying, the brutal and illegal assaults on fellow superstars? What about the fact that Triple H's lust for power has completely killed whatever conscience he had?
The game is a competitor. I'm not going to badmouth the guy for doing what he's got to do to get ahead. I don't think there's anything Edge wouldn't do to get what he wants, and that's what I like about him.
That's funny, because that's exactly what I can't stand about Edge. He might be a great competitor, but he's a lousy human being.
So you're telling me you'd rather watch a guy who does everything by the book and cares more about the rules than about winning?
I'd rather watch a superstar who had some sense of sportsmanship, some sense of decency, yes. How can you applaud a man who doesn't care about anyone but himself?
Because those are the guys who win. Edge is only out for himself, and I respect the fact that he's honest about that.
It's been said before, but that doesn't make it any less true. Kane is pure evil to the core. This monster doesn't care about anyone or anything.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Since when does caring about anybody else make you a better superstar?
No, but there's more to being a WWE superstar than brutalizing your opponents. I don't think Kane knows that. Or if he does, he doesn't care.
Edge is so quick and so deadly, you can't take your eyes off of him for a second.
And that's doubly true if you're the referee. I don't think Edge has ever met a rule he wouldn't break.
No shame in that. If you don't get caught, it's not cheating.
Edge is such a jerk. I'm amazed that he still has a job on Raw after some of the stuff he's pulled.
Maybe Edge doesn't have the best attitude in the world, but he is a heck of a competitor, no doubt about it.
That may be true, but I'm not a fan of the way he's been winning his matches lately. And I don't think these fans are either.
These people might not respect Chavo Guerrero, but they have to respect the legendary Guerrero family.
Well, and there's the fact that he's a phenomenal superstar in his own right as well.
I don't think I've ever seen a guy as well put together as the masterpiece. He really is a work of art.
Well, I don't know art, but I know what I don't like. And I don't like Master's arrogance. He's got a lot more to accomplish before he's earned the right to be that high on himself, in my opinion.
Mr. Kennedy's got it all. He's got the look, he's great on the stick, and he knows how to get it done in the ring.
Yeah, and if you don't believe it, just ask him. He won't hesitate to tell you how great he is.
Yeah, so what's wrong with that? Kennedy's the total package, and he knows it. Mr. Kennedy's my kind of superstar. He'll tell you exactly what he thinks of you, and then he'll back it up in the ring.
He certainly isn't shy about sharing his opinions, that's for sure. But I, for one, could do without that enormous ego of his. There are a lot of superstars in the back who'd like to shut Ken Kennedy's mouth once and for all.
There's a huge difference between wanting to do that and being able to pull it off.
Johnny Nitro struts around here like he's God's gift to sports entertainment, and I don't mind telling you that it makes me sick.
Of course it makes you sick. Every time you see him, he reminds you of what you're not. Strong, talented, good-looking, funny.
Not to mention obnoxious, arrogant, and completely ethically bankrupt.
Bankrupt? Between his WWE career and his Hollywood connections, I'm sure Nitro takes home a pretty good paycheck.
If you ask me, I think every fan in this arena is just waiting for the day when Johnny Nitro gets what's coming to him.
Well, nobody asked you. And I think the only thing that Nitro's got coming to him is more championship gold.
Yeah, and 5 of them require the referee to be looking the other way if he doesn't want to get disqualified.
Gregory Helms is one of the most dangerous cruiserweights in the business. This guy knows about 6 different ways to take you out from any position.
I think it's a shame the way Gregory Helms threw away all of his fan support when he decided to stop being the Hurricane.
I totally disagree. For me, that is when Helms started to become a real serious competitor here in the WWE. Oh man, Melina's one of those divas you just can't take your eyes off.
You certainly can't. Melina will use any underhanded trick in the book to pick up the win.
That's not exactly what I was talking about, but you're not wrong.
It's a real shame that a diva as lovely and talented as Melina has to resort to some of the underhanded tactics that she often employs.
Hey, I know you don't have a hope of getting anywhere with Melina, but don't ruin my chances by association, okay? Man, I know Mickie James is supposed to be some kind of psycho, but she is one fine-looking woman.
Easy there, partner. I get the feeling that Mickie might be a little too much for you to handle.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I would just love the chance to find out.
I don't know how they can allow Mickie James to compete. She's clearly unstable and a danger to everyone she gets in the ring against.
She's dangerous because she's an amazing competitor. Believe me, this whole crazy thing is just an act.
Crazy is as crazy does, partner, and we've seen Mickie James pull some pretty crazy stunts around here. I've got to admit, I'm not one of Mickie James' biggest fans. She's a little too unstable for my taste.
Hey, I like my divas with a little edge. And Mickey's about as edgy as they get. Candice might still be pretty inexperienced, but I'm impressed with her development so far.
You gotta be kidding me. I don't think I've ever seen her win a match without cheating. Candice is not what you'd call a classically trained wrestler. Sometimes I wonder why she insists on competing in matches.
Hey, you've got enough disadvantages when it comes to picking up women. You don't need to badmouth them, too.
I don't think I've ever seen a superstar make the kind of impact that Umaga has ever since coming to the WWE.
He's made some waves, that's for sure. And when you're that big, it's hard not to.
6'4" and 350 pounds. He truly lives up to his nickname, the Samoan Bulldozer.
And if you get in his way, it doesn't matter how tough you are. Umaga will flatten you like nothing. Umaga has racked up one heck of a string of victories since showing up in the WWE.
You're not wrong, partner. He made an impressive debut by utterly destroying the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and nobody's managed to stand in his way for long since then.
That doesn't surprise me one bit. They call him the Samoan Bulldozer, and that's not just hype.
This Umaga is a monster, plain and simple. I have no earthly idea why he's allowed to compete on Raw.
What are you talking about? I know I'm not the only fan of Umaga's smash mouth style.
I have no problem with that. As you said many times, this isn't ballet, but I don't think Umaga's here to compete. I think he's here to hurt people as badly as he can.
I've never been to Samoa, but after watching Umaga in action, I'm not in any hurry to visit there anytime soon.
You and me both, partner. We've heard that Umaga is one of a kind, and for the sake of the rest of the WWE superstars, let's hope that's true. There's so much we don't know about the vicious Samoan bulldozer known as Umaga.
He's 6'4", 350 pounds, and he'd just as soon tear your head off as look at you. What more do you need to know? Finley's one of the toughest SOBs I've ever seen in this business, and I've shared the ring with plenty of them.
And you'd think that someone with all the tools that Finley has at his disposal wouldn't need to step outside the rules as often as he does. But we've seen time and time again, he'll do whatever it takes to win.
Oh, cry me a river. You have to do whatever it takes to win around here if you want to go anywhere, and Finley knows it. Man, this Finley is so tough, so aggressive, and so ruthless. I just love watching this guy work.
When you think of how many years Finley has been in this business, it's amazing that he can still compete at the level he does.
No kidding. He's taken great care of himself. A real fit guy, that Finley. A lot of people think that Randy Orton's just an overhyped pretty boy, but I respect his accomplishments.
What, you mean like turning on the people who have supported him and stabbing them in the back?
No, I mean like becoming the youngest world heavyweight champion in history and having one of the longest intercontinental title reigns of the last decade.
I'd have more respect for those achievements if Orton didn't earn them with such underhanded tactics.
Well, I've got news for you. Orton doesn't care what you or anyone else thinks, and that's why he's at the top of his game right now.
I think these fans have had just about enough of King Booker.
That's because these fans have no respect for his accomplishments. Don't forget, he's a 5-time WCW champion.
WCW was a long time ago, partner, and quite frankly, Booker's attitude was a lot better in those days.
Yeah? Well, his attitude won him the World Heavyweight Championship here on SmackDown, and that's something all the cheering fans in the world couldn't do for him.
Say what you will about William Regal. He never backs down from a fight.
Regal's been making a living with his fist since he was a teenager. You don't stick with something that long unless you're awfully good at it.
And yet you show up week after week to do commentary.
I love Booker's attitude. He doesn't care what the fans think. He's focused on winning, and that's it.
Well, he might want to acknowledge the paying customers who make it possible for him to earn a paycheck.
Why bother? If they don't buy a ticket to cheer him on, they'll buy one to watch him get beat.
You know, I liked Booker a lot better before he discovered his royal heritage.
Yeah, but it wasn't until he stopped caring about the fans that he finally won the World Heavyweight Championship.
What's the point of being champion if you lose the respect of the WWE fans? Oh, wait, I think I'm asking the wrong person.
Orton's never backed down from a fight. His mouth might get him in trouble, but he's always ready for it.
Are we talking about the same Randy Orton? It seems like the only time he's willing to fight is when he gets to hit somebody from behind.
Randy Orton has it all. A great look, fantastic charisma, and 3 generations of experience in the business.
And not to mention an ego that won't quit. A lot of the superstars around here would love to take him down a peg.
I think William Regal wants to finish this up quick. It's almost tea time after all.
Regal's a very methodical wrestler. He won't be rushed, and I don't see him as a tea and crumpets kind of guy. When you see yourself in a match like this, does it ever make you want to return to active competition?
Of course it does. Look at me. I'm putting on a clinic in there. There's a reason I'm the longest reigning WWE champion in SmackDown history.
Well, it certainly wasn't your humility that got you there.
Humility's just something that helps losers feel good about themselves. Real champions know how great they are.
And apparently they're not shy about sharing that information. I've reported from active war zones, but nothing compares to the ruthless inhumanity of the big red monster Kane.
Hey, change your underpants and settle down. Me? I can't get enough of seeing Kane in action.
But the viciousness, the brutality, the complete lack of concern for the welfare of his fellow superstars, whether they're opponents or not, how can you support that?
I love watching a superstar take his opponents to the limit, and that is exactly what Kane does.
But there's healthy competition and unhealthy competition. Then there's downright dangerous competition. I don't think it's right to ask a superstar to take his life in his hands whenever he faces a monster like Kane.
Man, watching myself in action really makes me miss my days as an active competitor.
Are you thinking about a return to the squared circle?
I'm thinking about anything that doesn't require me to sit next to you for 2 hours every week.
What goes through your mind when you watch yourself in a match like this?
A lot of things, but mostly the fact that I was right on the money when I called myself a wrestling god.
You know, it's kind of funny how that phrase never really caught on with the WWE fans.
A lot of guys call themselves the best in the business, but Triple H might be right. I'd love to have him on SmackDown.
You got to be kidding me. Triple H is one of the most ruthless superstars of all time. He doesn't give a damn about anyone or anything.
Yeah, but the fans tune in every week to see if the game's going to get his. And Triple H is so damn good that he almost never does, which means they got to keep tuning in.
I think the SmackDown locker room is extremely grateful that Triple H is not a part of it.
Then the SmackDown locker room's full of idiots. There's not a bigger icon in the business today than Triple H.
There's no question that Triple H has been a huge success, but he's stepped over a lot of bodies on his climb to the top.
Aside from his brother, The Undertaker, I don't think we've ever seen a more dominant superstar than Kane.
Or a more terrifying one for that matter. He's just pure, unstoppable rage.
Yeah, and it's even scarier when you're in the ring with him. I can't believe the lack of respect these fans have for Chavo Guerrero and his legendary family.
I don't think it's the Guerreros they have a problem with. I think it's Chavo himself. Boy, Mr. Kennedy certainly has a high opinion of himself.
You say that like it's a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with being proud of your accomplishments.
I'm not saying that there is, but there's a time for talk and there's a time for action.
Do you hear him talking right now? Because I don't. It looks to me like he's taking your advice. Not that he needed it.
Without a doubt, Ken Kennedy is one of the most outspoken superstars on the SmackDown roster.
You make it sound like Kennedy's all talk and no action. He doesn't seem to have much trouble putting his money where his mouth is.
Maybe not, but it's only a matter of time before Kennedy's mouth gets him into some trouble he can't get himself out of.
Every time I see Johnny Nitro, I'm blown away. And he's still just a kid. He's got his whole career ahead of him.
Don't remind me. I'm afraid we'll have to put up with this obnoxious jerk for years to come.
Believe me, I feel the same way about you, and I'm sure Nitro would agree.
I know that Johnny Nitro is an incredibly talented superstar, but it's almost impossible for me to get past that arrogant attitude of his.
That's an incredibly unprofessional attitude. Nitro's got all the potential in the world, and you have to respect that. You look at Johnny Nitro, and you might be looking at the future of this business right there.
I respect Nitro's potential, but he needs some more experience before he's entitled to an ego like that.
Whoa, hold on there. I think you're confusing him with me, and I don't even know how that's possible.
Hold on, partner. Nitro's got talent, but he's also got a long way to go before he lives up to that kind of hype. Gregory Helms is the longest reigning champion in SmackDown history.
You can't compare the Cruiserweight Championship to the WWE Championship. That's like comparing apples to smaller apples.
You were the longest reigning WWE champion, but Helms held the Cruiserweight Championship longer than you.
I don't think we've ever seen a superstar dominate the Cruiserweight division like Gregory Helms.
You're absolutely right. He's the longest reigning Cruiserweight champion in history.
When you think about it, he's kind of like the pint-sized version of me.
Gregory Helms used to enjoy tremendous fan support once upon a time, but he drove his fans away when his attitude changed.
Oh, wah. Who needs a bunch of 8-year-olds screaming your name when you could be wearing some championship gold?
I'd like to think that it's possible to do both. Obviously, Helms disagrees.
Melina is as devious as she is beautiful. She'll do whatever it takes to win.
I kind of like that about her. What? You don't have a thing for bad girls?
Try and stay professional here. I'm trying to call a match. I don't know what you're doing.
I was just trying to find out the rumors are true about you being a robot. So far, looks like they are.
You can't underestimate Melina. She's not just another pretty face. She's an incredibly accomplished female competitor.
Yeah, but going back to the pretty face thing for a moment, oh man, just look at her.
If you keep this up, we're going to have to fit you for a crown and give you some hair plugs.
You see, the thing about Melina is, oh, wow. What was I saying?
I think all the blood is drained from your brain to another part of your anatomy. Boy, this Mickey James is 100% psychopath.
Oh, so you're a shrink now. Mickey might act crazy, but I think it's all part of psyching out her opponents.
Well, if it's all an act, she deserves an Academy Award because she's got me completely convinced.
Good for her. That means she'd have an easier time kicking your butt. And let me tell you, that's a match I'd pay good money to see. Mickie James is a master of head games. She wins half her matches because her opponents are never sure what she's going to do.
That's true. You're never sure what she's going to do, and half the time, I don't think she does either.
It's only a matter of time before Candice Michelle tries to cheat in this match, and when she gets caught, she'll try to pretend that she's completely innocent. We've seen it before.
Believe me, if there's one thing that Candice isn't, it's innocent, and I'm digging it.
Why do I get the feeling it won't be long before you're working the word puppies into your repertoire?
Whoa, I don't mind a little ribbon, but that was kind of a cheap shot, don't you think?
Candice Michelle is a beautiful young woman, but I'm not sure she's cut out for a match like this.
Are you blind? Look at her. You think it's a mistake to put her front and center in the middle of the ring?
I'm not saying she's not easy on the eyes, partner, but I question how capable she is of handling herself in active competition.
Wow, is it hot in here, or is it just Candice?
If you make one more comment like that, I'm fitting you for a crown and sending you to work on Monday night.
Finlay has certainly established himself in very short order as one of the toughest superstars SmackDown has ever seen.
You're not kidding. I wonder if all English people are as tough as him.
English? He wears a shamrock. He carries a shillelagh to the ring, and he's got a pet leprechaun. Does that sound like English to you?
Settle down. I'm just yanking your chain. I know the difference between English and Scottish.
There's no questioning Finlay's toughness or that mean streak that runs straight through him. He can be downright sadistic to his opponents.
Yeah, Belfast. Pretty tough town, isn't it?
That's an understatement. Belfast makes parts unknown look like Disneyland.
Well, mainly because I know it bugs the heck out of you when I do. I'm a huge fan of MVP. The guy is the future of sports entertainment.
How can you say that when we have so many decorated veterans on the roster?
Have some patience. Rome wasn't built in a day, you know.
Sounds like you bought into this hype. I'm still waiting for MVP to prove that he's as good as he says he is. We've heard MVP talk the talk. I'm just waiting for him to walk the walk.
Hey, have some respect. That's SmackDown's most valuable player you're talking about.
Well, he certainly played Raw and SmackDown against each other in a bidding war for his contract, and I'm afraid we got the worst end of the deal.
I love watching MVP in action. The guy is absolutely everything he claims to be.
Ah, please. He's so full of hot air, I'm surprised he isn't floating away.
Hey, if you can bring it, you can sing it, and that's exactly what MVP's doing here tonight.
I think I'd have more respect for MVP if he'd stop talking about how great he is and start showing us. Candice has got her work cut out for her tonight. Can she pull it off?
Let's face it, Candice's athletic ability isn't exactly her greatest asset.
Was that supposed to be some kind of a double entendre?
Do you see a crown on my head? I'll leave the lame jokes to the Monday night crew. What Michelle McCool lacks in experience, she makes up for in legs. Look at those things.
She's a good-looking woman, but it's going to take more than that to pick up the win here tonight.
You know you'd have a lot more success with women if you stopped trash-talking them.
If Michelle's not careful, she could wind up in a pinning predicament.
I don't think she's worried about that. She pulls out some of her best moves when she's on her back.
I've got no one to blame but myself. I walked right into that one.
Michelle is looking to go the distance here tonight. There's nothing better than a woman who wants to go all the way.
Congratulations. I think you just made Jerry Lawler look like a mature adult.
Oh, man, I hope not. That's about the last thing you want a beautiful woman doing.
Michelle may have bitten off more than she can chew here tonight.
One of the perks of being Mark Henry is that there aren't many people who can stop you from doing whatever the hell you want.
That's true. The world's strongest man is a terrifying individual, and he's capable of seriously injuring his opponents.
And that's supposed to be a bad thing. How many times do I have to say it? This ain't ballet.
No one's saying that it is, but Mark Henry takes everything to new heights of viciousness.
There's no doubt in my mind that Mark Henry is the world's strongest man. The power of this guy is absolutely incredible.
It's downright scary is what it is. We've seen Mark Henry absolutely destroy his opponents, and I hope we're not going to see more of the same tonight. I'll never understand why Mark Henry resorts to such brutal tactics. He's already the world's strongest man. What has he got left to prove?
Look, anyone who gets in the ring with Mark Henry knows exactly what to expect, and if they're dumb enough to do it, that's their problem. Listen, Every time Henry gets in that ring with someone, he's sending a message to the whole locker room. And that's what you got to do to get ahead around here.
Well, if you ask me, a victory is message enough. But Mark Henry seems to enjoy dishing out senseless brutality.
I love watching Mark Henry wrestle. No one else in this business can take an opponent apart the way he can.
You say that like it's a good thing. I wish Henry would focus more on winning matches and less on ending careers. I don't use the word evil lightly, but that's what comes to mind when I see the delight Mark Henry takes in destroying his fellow superstars.
Evil, just a word that losers like you use to describe people who will do whatever it takes to win. I think Henry would take that as a compliment. Tell me something, when you look at the masterpiece, does it make you feel like even more of a loser than you normally do?
Actually, when I look at the masterpiece, I'm glad I don't have the out-of-control ego that he does.
Listen, if you can sing it, you can bring it. The masterpiece has decimated some of the greatest superstars in WWE.
I can't argue with his results. It's his methods that I object to.
Look at the masterpiece. The guy's like a piece of art or something.
The masterpiece is a piece of something, all right, but I'm not sure art is the word I'd choose.
Oh, easy, pal. We got kids watching.
I'm sure I'm not the only one in this arena who hopes to see the masterpiece learn a lesson in respect here tonight.
Watch your mouth. This man is a living work of art.
Then maybe someone should hang him on a wall in a museum.
I don't think I've ever seen a guy as well put together as the masterpiece. He really is like a work of art.
Well, I don't know art, but I know what I don't like, and I don't like Master's arrogance. I don't want to take anything away from the masterpiece's accomplishments, but don't you find that his attitude leaves something to be desired?
You want me to say he's cocky? Fine. He's cocky. He's earned the right to be. The word giant gets thrown around a lot, but the great Khali is the real deal.
He sure is. I can't even begin to imagine where they found a monster like him.
I don't know, but I wish I did, just so I could stay the hell away from there.
You and me both, partner. I'm a little nervous just sitting this close to him.
I hate to admit it, but when I look at superstars like the great Khali, part of me is glad I'm not an active competitor.
Are you seriously admitting that the great Khali intimidates you?
Don't put words in my mouth. I'm not saying I couldn't beat him. I'm just saying I'm glad I don't have to try.
How do you approach a match with someone like the great Khali?
Well, part of the problem is that there aren't any guys like him. All you can do is just keep moving and don't let him get his hands on you.
And I can only imagine that that's a lot easier said than done. He must take up at least a quarter of the ring as it is.
The great Khali is a bona fide monster. I feel sorry for anyone who's got to get in the ring with him.
So do I. You get the feeling Khali isn't here just to win matches. He wants to end careers. Look at the fire in the eyes of the great Khali. He's here to make an impact.
Yeah, well, that's not hard to do when you're a 7-foot monster. Man, I see nothing but bright things in Kenny Dykstra's future.
He's a gifted young superstar, that's for sure. But I'd like to see a little more respect for the rules.
Look, when you're just starting out the way Kenny is, you take advantage of everything you can, whether it's on the up and up or not. Mark my words, this Kenny Dykstra is a young up-and-coming superstar to keep your eyes on.
I just think that he's got so much potential that he shouldn't need to fall back on cheating to advance his career.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a kid you better keep your eyes on, especially if you're the referee.
He's certainly got a tremendous upside, but he also has a tendency to bend the rules whenever he gets the chance. Kenny Dykstra's first WWE appearance was with the all-male cheerleading squad, the Spirit Squad. Not that that's a bad thing.
Come on, I bet you thought about being a male cheerleader, waving those pom-poms, grinning like an idiot.
Actually, the 10-to-1 female-to-male ratio was pretty tempting.
Kenny's come so far at such a young age, we could be looking at a future WWE champion right here.
I wouldn't doubt it. He's got decades of competition ahead of him, and he gets better with every match. Kenny might be one of the youngest superstars on the roster, but he's already held tag team gold.
And mark my words, he's going to see a lot more championship gold before he's done. The power of the alpha male is just plain scary.
That's for sure. You don't see many superstars with the ability to physically dominate their opponents the way Marcus Corvan does.
And he's not just strong, he's also quick, and that makes him even more dangerous. This Marcus Corvan is pure power, and he knows how to use it.
He's an incredibly well-rounded superstar, and that makes it hard for his opponents to find a weak point to exploit.
And I think he's aiming to add another one here tonight.
He does indeed. The alpha male leaves a trail of broken bodies wherever he goes. When you're facing a superstar like Marcus Corvan, what should your strategy be?
You can't let him build momentum. He's so fast, so strong. If he gets the upper hand, you're not going to get it back.
Good advice. Let's see if his opponent is able to follow it.
You don't normally see guys as big and strong as Marcus Corvan move as quickly as he does.
And that speed, combined with his overpowering strength, has led to the downfall of many a superstar. Boy, how impressive is Marcus Corvan?
He's the alpha male. He's the top of the food chain. They don't get any bigger or badder than him. I never had to face Snitsky during my in-ring career, and I can't tell you how happy I am about that.
I don't blame you. I'm more than a little scared myself.
Well, that goes without saying. Look at you. You're what, $150? Soaking wet?
I don't know. I've never weighed myself soaking wet.
The scariest thing about Snitsky isn't his size or his strength. It's the fact that he just doesn't care about anyone or anything.
We've seen that time and time again, and we're seeing that here tonight in this match.
And it might be the last thing his opponent ever sees.
I don't know how WWE can allow a monster like Snitsky to compete.
Simple. A monster like Snitsky makes the rest of the roster kick it up a notch. You can't just go through the motions when you're in a match with a guy who wants to rip your head off.
You might be right, but I have to wonder if the risk is worth the reward.
Talk about intimidating. Snitsky's got everything it takes to be a dominating force in WWE.
That's what worries me. I'd hate to have a monster like Snitsky having his run of the place. Seeing Snitsky in action sends a chill all the way up my spine.
The guy's like a monster movie brought to life. Someone better round up some villagers with torches. There are two things I like about Elijah Burke. The first is his talent for talking trash.
I can't argue with that, although I don't think it's his most admirable quality. What's the second thing?
The fact that he can back it up in the ring. This guy's pure dynamite between those ropes.
You can say that again. He's made quite a name for himself so far in WWE.
Do you know that Elijah Burke used to be a boxer before he came to the WWE?
I sure did, and what a fighter he was. 103-1 with 102 knockouts.
And his one loss came after he knocked his opponent out and didn't go to a neutral corner.
I don't think our fans are too crazy about Elijah Burke.
What's not to like? The guy is pure gold on the microphone, and he can back it up in the ring.
I think they've simply had enough of Burke beating their favorite superstars through underhanded means.
Elijah Burke had 102 knockouts as a boxer before he came to WWE. 102.
And it would have been 103, but after knocking his opponent out, he was disqualified for not going to a neutral corner. Very few superstars have the physical and mental gifts possessed by Elijah Burke.
He's the total package as far as I'm concerned, and he's going to go far in this business. Look at me out there. I look good, don't I?
I've never questioned your ability. Your tactics maybe, but never your ability.
My tactics, as you call them, led to me becoming the longest reigning WWE champion in SmackDown history. Watching myself in action like this makes me realize what a loss it was for this business when I had to retire.
I think you also set a record for most consecutive matches won by cheating.
Don't get smart, son. You're watching a wrestling god. Every day of my life, there's nothing I love more than stepping between those ropes and proving myself against the greatest superstars in the world.
It's a miracle that we're even able to carry on without you at all.
I remember this match. I just can't remember how it ends. I'm pretty sure I won, though. I usually did.
I have to admit, partner, you're looking pretty good out there. What was going through your mind in this match?
I think that right about now, I was just hoping you weren't screwing up the commentary too badly. Mr. McMahon's had his share of critics over the years, but as far as I'm concerned, they're all just a bunch of jealous losers.
There's a lot to be jealous of. He's the billionaire chairman of the most powerful sports entertainment company in history.
And how many billionaires do you see getting in the ring and putting their bodies on the line like this?
It's a short list, that's for sure.
Mr. McMahon is one of the greatest human beings that has ever been my privilege to know. What an incredible, inspirational figure he is.
I hope the WWE chairman doesn't stop too suddenly or your head might wind up stuck in a very uncomfortable place.
I'm glad you're working on a career as a stand-up comedian because you won't last much longer around here with that attitude.
He's as ruthless in the ring as he is in the boardroom. Mr. McMahon will do whatever it takes to win.
I hope you're not trying to say that like it's a bad thing.
No comment. Believe me, I have no desire to get on Mr. McMahon's bad side. Knowing the chairman, I'm sure he wouldn't object to having a billion self-portraits. Mr. McMahon's not the most technically gifted superstar we've ever seen, but he does possess a number of unique advantages.
Yeah, like the ability to fire anyone who crosses him.
Tell me something. Do you really consider Montel Vontavious Porter to be SmackDown's MVP?
Absolutely. We've got a lot of talented superstars, but MVP is definitely at the top of the list.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
Yeah, the WWE fans aren't known for keeping their opinions to themselves.
And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
You can't let that break your focus, but that's easier said than done. Man, you just can't put anything over on these fans.
You sure can't. They see everything, and they'll let you know about it.
No superstar in the locker room can afford to ignore the WWE fans.
You're right about that. Without the fans, we'd all be out of a job.
Oh, man, these WWE fans are fired up.
They sure are, and you know that's going to have an effect on this match.
We're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight.
I'm all for freedom of expression, whether I agree with what they're saying or not.
Wow, listen to that chant.
The crowd makes a huge difference, whether they're for you or against you.
It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds.
Yeah, and 10,000 paying customers can't be wrong. These fans have got something they want to share with us.
That's their right. They paid for their tickets after all.
I love hearing a crowd come alive, even if I disagree with what they're saying.
Me too, and I do agree with what they're saying.
Look at this. He's using his opponent's taunt against him. Talk about sending a message of defiance to your opponent. Look at this. He's mocking his opponent. That'll get your opponent fired up. Just hope it doesn't backfire on you.
He's obviously making fun of his opponent here.
It's like he's holding up a mirror. It takes guts to turn an opponent's taunt against them like that. What is this? Monkey see, monkey do? That's some impressive trash talking right there. I think he's trying to make fun of his opponent.
What the? That's his opponent's finishing maneuver. Look at this. You don't often see a superstar's own finishing move used against them like this. He's adding insult to injury by using that move against his opponent. Oh my! Someone's getting a taste of their own finishing move. How humiliating to get hit with your own finisher like that.
Oh man, I guess if you're gonna dish it out, you better be able to take it. Ha ha, I love it. He just used his opponent's signature move against him. Wow. Talk about giving your opponent a taste of their own medicine. He just stole his opponent's signature move. That takes guts. That takes some serious skill to execute your opponent's signature move like that. Look at this.
Oh my God! There's a reason that's called a finishing move. The match usually doesn't go much longer. Look at this. Could it be?
It is, and that's one heck of a signature move right there.
He's going for it.
Going for it and got it. Textbook execution of his signature move. Oh man, here it comes.
And that might be the end of the match right there. There's a reason that's called a finishing move.
Here it comes. Look out.
Oh man, many a superstar has fallen prey to that finishing maneuver. This is it. Here he goes.
And once you get hit with a guy's signature move, that is usually all she wrote. Look at this. He's going for it.
He sure is, and he got it. Huge finishing maneuver there by a superstar who's clearly in control of his opponent.
Look at this. This could be it.
It sure could. Nobody sticks around long after getting hit with that one.
Oh my God, what a brutal match. And the loser has paid the ultimate price.
No kidding. That's a heck of a lot worse than having your shoulders pinned to the mat.
It's worse than anything I can imagine. But both superstars knew the risks going in.
Well, there you have it. Two superstars came into the match, and only one of them still above ground.
What a relief it must be to be able to walk back to that locker room after winning a match like this.
Yeah, and if you lose, well, you have plenty of time to think about what you did wrong.
My God, what a match. You never know what you're going to see in a buried alive match.
That's for sure. Everybody pulls out all the stops in a match like that.
You can't afford not to, because if there's one thing you can be sure of, it's that your opponent will.
Well, he wasn't planning on winding up in that casket tonight, but that is exactly what has happened.
I don't know how you could even consider the fact that you might wind up buried alive and still come down that ramp for the match.
You can't. Plain and simple. You don't go into a match like this thinking you might lose, but that's what has happened.
And that's the match. One superstar walks back to the locker room, and one doesn't.
I will never, ever participate in a buried alive match. I can't even imagine taking that kind of risk.
I don't think anyone in their right mind can, not when the stakes are that high.
It looks like these superstars are taking this into the crowd.
The WWE fans better stay out of the way if they know what's good for them. That barricade isn't exactly doing its job tonight.
It sure isn't, and these fans are getting more of a show than they bargained for. I guess the ring wasn't big enough for these superstars.
Sure it is, but you gotta love this kind of fight. Oh boy, now they're taking it into the crowd.
Yeah, something tells me this is going to get ugly.
Look out, they're headed into the crowd.
These superstars will take this fight anywhere. Oh my, that move sent them right over the barricade.
This is getting serious. Uh-oh, there they go.
The barricade couldn't contain them. What could happen next? There they go, right over the barricade.
Now this is my kind of fight.
Into the crowd they go. I can't believe it.
You better believe it. These superstars are nuts. What a shot. That sent them both over the wall.
These superstars don't seem to care where they fight.
They've taken the fight into the crowd.
Yeah, and these fans better watch out. Oh boy, the crowd just got made a part of this one.
Those fans had better be careful. These superstars are out of control.
Oh no, not the ring rope. Come on, ref, get in there.
What are you talking about? That's not an illegal move last time I checked.
Talk about rubbing your opponent's nose in it.
And that's a move that can temporarily blind your opponent. Getting your face ground into that rope is even more painful than it looks.
I'm sure it is. Those ropes are made of steel cable with only a very thin covering over them. He's using the ring rope itself as a weapon.
That's what you call being resourceful. You have to do whatever it takes in a match like this. And that's the kind of thing you need to do if you're serious about winning a match.
I don't know if using the ring rope like that is generally considered legal, but it sure is painful. And now he's using the ring rope as a weapon. It's an effective maneuver, but it's not pretty to look at.
And if he keeps it up, his opponent won't be either. Oh man, ring rope right across the face.
And we call them ropes, but they're mostly steel cables. The pain has got to be excruciating. What a vicious move, grinding your opponent's face into that ring rope.
Hey, you do what you got to do to win the match. I can tell you from experience, getting your face ground into that ring rope isn't anyone's idea of a good time.
I don't doubt that for 1 second. Look at this. He's using the ring itself as a weapon.
And that is a great way to put a big hurt on your opponent. There aren't many things more painful than getting your face ground into the rope.
And that could affect his opponent's ability to see clearly for the rest of this match.
Look at this. Grinding the face right along that ring rope.
And those ropes are made of thick steel cable. I can only imagine how painful that must be.
Look at this, a blatant choke.
That ring rope's crushing the throat, cutting off the flow of blood and oxygen. He's choking his opponent with the ring rope.
And that's a situation that could take the wind right out of your sails, no pun intended. He's got his opponent's throat right across the second rope.
And he's putting all of his weight behind this choke. Nothing cuts off your air quicker than a rope across the throat.
Especially when your opponent is putting all of their body weight into it. And now a vicious choke, using the ring rope to cut off the supply of oxygen.
And there's just enough give to those ropes to make this an extremely lethal maneuver. That's smart strategy, using the ring rope for a weapon like that.
I don't know if you'd call it strategy or flat-out ruthlessness. Somebody's got to stop this. You can't just choke your opponent with a rope like that.
Apparently you can, because that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to make short work of his opponent if he keeps this choke up.
There's no question that it's hard to fight back if you can't even breathe. What a sadistic maneuver. That ring rope is cutting off the supply of oxygen.
That is a very effective strategy. You can't breathe, you can't fight. Nothing fancy about this, just a straight-up choke using that middle rope.
This is about as brutal as it gets, folks. This is a superstar who will stop at nothing to destroy his opponent. A blatant choke. This will be a short match if he keeps this up.
That's the whole idea. You don't want to draw this out any longer than you have to. Choking an opponent with the ropes can take the fight out of them quick.
You've got to think that it sends a message as well. I will do whatever it takes to beat you. Oh my, he's taking his opponent for a very uncomfortable ride here.
That's one of those moves that hurts just looking at it. Here's a move that'll leave you singing soprano.
And that ring rope is even less forgiving than it looks, folks. This is not a position you want to find yourself in. That's just about the last position you want to find yourself in.
And I don't care how tough you are, that hurts like hell. Uh-oh, here we go with the old top rope between the legs.
And this has got to be one of the most painful situations any superstar can find themselves in.
Oh my, talk about your compromising positions.
Nothing will take the fight out of a superstar quicker than a move like this. Uh-oh, I think every guy watching this has an idea of how painful this has got to be.
I know I do, and in times like these, I'm glad to stay on this side of the announce table. I don't know what's more uncomfortable, watching this or experiencing it.
Experiencing it, hands down. Trust me. Oh boy, somebody's voice just went up a couple of octaves right there.
It hurts just watching it. I can't imagine how excruciating this must be. And that is just about the last place you want a ring rope.
Just about? If you can think of a worse one, I'd like to hear it. Oh man, whether you like this superstar or not, you gotta have a little sympathy right now.
I have to agree with you, partner. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
Uh-oh, I hope this superstar wasn't planning on having kids anytime soon.
Well, I guess adoption's still an option, right?
Oh boy, here we go with the old top rope between the legs trick.
He's using that ring rope in ways that it was never intended to be used. Oh my, he's grinding the face against the steel cage.
And you have no idea how painful it is to have that steel mesh used as a weapon against you.
Look at this vicious assault. Grinding the face right into the cage wall.
He's out for blood, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get it.
My God, look at the viciousness, the brutality of this assault.
That's why matches like these are career shorteners. Even the winners don't escape unscathed. That'll mess up your good looks for sure.
You're right about that. It's the old steel cage beauty treatment. Can you imagine the excruciating pain of that steel cage against human flesh and bone?
I don't have to imagine it. I've been there before, and believe me, it's just as bad as it looks. This is exactly what you can't let happen if you want to win a match like this.
You certainly can't. That cage is a lethal weapon, and it's being put to good use here. I think this match is setting new standards for brutality.
It's a war, that's for sure, and that cage is the ultimate weapon. That's not pretty to look at, but most of the things you got to do to win a match like this aren't.
It's a brutal competition for sure, and you've got to believe that only the most ruthless techniques will result in victory here tonight. Look at this. This is exactly what makes a match like this so dangerous.
That's for sure. What a vicious head slam right into the steel.
And a brutal slam of the head into that unforgiving steel cage. These superstars will stop at absolutely nothing to pick up the win here tonight.
That's a smart move. You're in a steel cage. Use the cage itself as a weapon. And that's a great way to use the cage as a weapon against your opponent.
Absolutely. Slamming the head right into the steel mesh.
Oh man, here's a classic move. Nothing fancy about this one.
There sure isn't. A slam of the head directly into the steel mesh of the cage. Oh, come on now. Put the damn monitor down.
Mr. McMahon must spend a fortune replacing these monitors. Oh boy, I think we can kiss another announce table goodbye.
I'd hate to be the one who gets stuck with the bill for these things.
Oh, for the love of... They're tearing apart the announce table.
They're welcome to it. I'm not getting in the middle of this.
This looks like the beginning of the end for the old announce table.
It sure does, partner. There go the monitors. Hey, cut that out. That equipment's expensive.
You might want to let him do what he wants. You're not exactly the most intimidating guy in the world. I think we're about to find out how sturdy these tables really are, and my guess is not very.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on what's left of the announce table remaining in one piece for much longer. Here we go again. I think this announce table's days are numbered.
Days? Try minutes.
Oh no, not another announce table. How many of these have we lost over the years?
I lost count a long time ago. I hope Mr. McMahon gets a bulk deal on these things. Well, looks like that's it for the old announce table.
We might be standing for the rest of the match, partner.
It looks like we're about to lose another announce table.
Yep. There go the monitors. I wonder if that's going to come out of his check.
Here we go. I don't think that announce table's long for this world.
Yep, I think these superstars have some ideas for that table that don't involve broadcasting. Uh-oh, get ready to move. I don't think you're going to want to stick around for what comes next.
If they're going to do what I think they're going to do, I think you're right.
Oh boy, that's using your head. Or your opponent's head, anyway.
Face first right into the announce table. And that's going to take its toll, believe me. My God, he's slamming his opponent's face right into the table.
Yeah, and when flesh meets wood, the wood doesn't usually come off the worse for it. Whoa, getting your head slammed in the table once is bad, but this is too much.
I can feel the impact from here. He's doing a number on his opponent, for crying out loud. Why does he have to use the announce table for this?
You really want to interrupt him and get an answer to that? You're more than welcome to. Look at this, head first into the table, over and over again.
And that is not the position you want to be in at this point in a match like this.
I think he's trying to crack his opponent's head open on the announce table.
If he is, he's doing a pretty good job of it. Talk about up close and personal. We're getting a great view of the action here.
I just as soon watch from a distance if that's all the same to you. This is a little too close for comfort. And now the repeated slams of the head straight into the announce table.
That's what you call some good old-fashioned head banging. Man, a vicious series of head slams straight into our announce table.
That will leave your head ringing long after the match is over. What a vicious assault, slamming his opponent's head directly into the announce table.
Yeah, and there's no give to the table either. This is going to take its toll, and quick. Looks like he's introducing his opponent's face to the announce table.
I just as soon they kept this action in the ring where it belongs.
Head first, right into the table. This is getting a little too close for comfort.
Speak for yourself. I like it when the action gets up close and personal.
He's got his opponent in the turnbuckle, and here comes the punches.
I think he's teaching the crowd to count to 10, and by the looks of them, some of them could use that.
And it's a flurry of closed fist punches in that turnbuckle.
And I bet I know how many we're gonna see. He's got his opponent right where he wants him, and here come the fist.
And you've got to think that these are going to take their toll here in this matchup. Look at this, shot after shot being dished out here in the turnbuckle.
And anytime you're taking punches like that and not answering back, well, you're not on the winning side of the match. I'll just put it that way. Oh boy, that turnbuckle is not where you want to be at this point in the match.
Especially when your opponent is raining down those closed fist blows on you. There's nowhere to go once you're backed into that turnbuckle.
Yeah, not when your opponent's dishing out the punches like this. He's got his opponent trapped in the turnbuckle, and here come the knuckle sandwiches.
And from the looks of things, they taste even worse than they look. Look at this, he's pummeling his opponent in the turnbuckle with those closed fist shots.
And in a situation like that, you can't even defend yourself. You just gotta try and gut it out. Uh-oh, this isn't gonna be pretty. Closed fist shots in the turnbuckle.
Blow after blow after blow. When's it going to end? That turnbuckle is exactly where you don't want to wind up, and here's the reason why.
Yeah, there's not much you can do once your opponent starts unloading like that. Here come the closed fist punches. Gee, I wonder how many there's gonna be.
I bet you won't have to take off your shoes to keep count.
Oh boy, this won't improve your odds of winning.
You can say that again. A vicious series of blows there in the corner of the ring.
My God, head first right into the exposed steel of the turnbuckle.
That's going to leave a mark for sure. That's a smart move right there, making use of that exposed turnbuckle.
It's a surefire way to take the fight out of your opponent, that's for sure. Head first right into the turnbuckle.
Yeah, and the padding on that turnbuckle has been removed. There's nothing but exposed steel now. Oh, man. Someone's going to need an aspirin or 10 after this match.
The exposed steel of that uncovered turnbuckle certainly won't do you any favors. We knew it was only a matter of time before someone put that exposed turnbuckle to use.
Yeah, and if you can dish out this kind of punishment, you're putting yourself in a good position in a match like this. Wham! Right in the exposed steel of that turnbuckle.
And he's putting a lot of force behind it. What an impact. Look at this. Head first, right into the exposed steel of that uncovered turnbuckle.
And he is not letting up. This is brutal. Even when it's got a cover on it, the turnbuckle is not something you want to be driven into head first.
And this one doesn't even have a cover. The steel of that turnbuckle is completely exposed.
He's completely in control of his opponent, and he's putting that exposed turnbuckle to good use.
Yeah, and anytime an opponent's able to control you like that physically, it's not a good sign. He's in the driver's seat here, and it looks like he's introducing his opponent to that exposed turnbuckle.
And you can only imagine the kind of damage that steel turnbuckle must be inflicting with each smash. That exposed turnbuckle is a deadly weapon, and it's being put to good use here.
It's not exactly sportsmanlike, but it's not illegal either. You would have to be an idiot not to take advantage of an uncovered turnbuckle.
And by that logic, it looks like he's showing his opponent that he's no fool. My God, head first, directly into those unforgiving steel steps.
Your head will be ringing for days after that. Believe me, I know. He's driving his opponent's face right into the ring steps.
And those steps are made of solid steel. There's no give to them whatsoever. He's using those steel ring steps as a weapon.
Hey, all's fair in love and war, and make no mistake about it, this is war. Getting your bell rung on those steel steps is not going to improve your odds of winning any.
It certainly isn't. And a lesser superstar wouldn't be able to get up from this. Look at this. Using the steel ring steps as a weapon.
And that's a great way to take the fight right out of your opponent. There aren't too many things that'll mess you up worse than getting those steel steps right in the kisser.
There certainly aren't. And you're going to need a few seconds to clear your head after something like that, if you can get them. He's driven his opponent's face directly into those steel ring steps.
And it doesn't look like the ring steps came off the worst for it.
Look at this. The sheer brutality. Driving his opponent face first into those ring steps.
Hey, if you get an opportunity to use the ringside environment against your opponent, you better take it.
What a vicious maneuver, sending his opponent headfirst into the ring steps.
I've seen guys knocked flat out with that. If you can keep going after that, you are one tough SOB. Wow, check that out. That is a smart strategy there, using those ring steps like that.
Strategy or brutality? I don't know which. But either way, he's looking good after that move.
Head first, right into the ring steps. Did you hear that?
I don't think there's a single person in the arena who didn't.
Now that's strategy, using the steps against his opponent like that.
He's not going to win any sportsmanship awards for that, but he inflicted some serious damage against his opponents right there. He's got the arm, and this is not going to be pretty.
Right into the ring post. I love it. We know where this is going. Arm, meet ring post.
And that is a brutal but effective way to pick apart your opponent's arm strength. He's got his opponent by the arm.
Right into the ring post. That is how you pick apart an opponent. He's got that arm, and this is gonna hurt.
He just slammed his opponent's arm into the ring post. That's a solid steel beam right there. Look at this. A violent wrenching of the arm right into the ring post.
And that'll sap the strength right out of that arm in a hurry. Looks like he's gonna work over that arm.
And he's using the ring post to do it. He's going to work on the arm of his opponent, and he's using the ring post to do it.
Now, if he's smart, he'll look to follow up with other moves that target that arm and take the fight right out of his opponent. Oh, man, he's going right after that arm.
He might be trying to pick apart his opponent right here, a piece at a time. And look at this. A debilitating arm wrench, using that ring post as a weapon.
And there's no give to that ring post either. That is solid steel. That arm won't be much good after smashing it into the ring post like that.
This is pure viciousness, plain and simple. You're looking at a superstar who will stop at nothing to pick up the win. If that arm's being targeted the way I think it is, this could be the beginning of the end.
You don't have to take out your entire opponent. You can focus on one part of their body and pick them apart. I don't think that arm's going to be good for much after a move like that.
And that seems to be part of the game plan. Soften up that arm and make it into a weak spot. Oh no. I don't think I like where this is going.
I don't care how tough you are. That's a move that'll take the fight out of any man.
Oh my, you talk about a sickening impact.
That's just wrong, plain and simple. It hurts just looking at it. Oh, looks like someone's done fooling around here.
What a vicious attack.
There are some things that should just be completely off limits as far as I'm concerned, and that's one of them. My God, what a sadistic maneuver. That's the move that will take the fight out of you in a hurry.
Yep, and raise your voice a few octaves to boot. Oh, man, I can't watch this.
What a disgusting attack. I don't care how personal this is or how seriously you take the match. There's no call for something like that. Would you look at that? I can't believe he just rammed that pole between his opponent's legs like that.
You know, I think I better just let that one slide. Oh, man, it looks like he pulled his opponent's groin area to that ring post right there.
Groinal area? Is that supposed to be the technical term, Doctor? Oh, my. I think it's safe to say that is just about the last move any superstar wants to get hit by.
You're not kidding. That'll make you rethink your career in a hurry.
Oh, no. Don't do it. Not the ring post!
There's not a WWE fan or a superstar in the building who would hold it against you if you called it quits after a move like that. Uh-oh, don't try this at home, kids.
Don't try this anywhere. That might have resulted in permanent injury to some very delicate equipment down there.
Talk about laying the boots in. Now where's he going?
Oh, boy. He just targeted a very sensitive part of his opponent's anatomy.
That is just about the last thing you want to see in a match.
I've got to agree with you. Just watching something like that makes me cringe.
A stomp to the chest, and it's out of the ring. This isn't going to be pretty.
Did you see that knee bounce off the ring post? That's the way to pick apart your opponent's vertical base.
He put the boots to his opponent, but he's not done yet.
You called it. He bounced that knee off the ring post with authority. He's setting his opponent up for something.
And there it is. He smashed the knee right into the ring post, and that's going to cause some serious damage right there. Uh-oh. Where's this going?
It's going outside of the ring and right into the ring post. That knee might be seriously injured. I think I know where this is going.
He just smashed the knee right into the ring post, and that's going to take a heavy toll on his opponent's ability to continue this match. No! Don't tell me he's going to do what I think he's going to do.
Okay, I won't. But that's a vicious shot to the knee right there, courtesy of that solid steel ring post. I think he's got some bad intentions here involving the ring post and his opponent's knee.
And that ring post is solid steel. There's no give to it whatsoever. He could have inflicted some serious damage right there. If this is going where I think it's going, this could be the beginning of the end.
And that's a great strategy right there, using the ring itself as a weapon against your opponent.
Oh my, this doesn't look good.
That depends on your perspective. If you're the one who just slammed your opponent's knee into the ring post, things are definitely looking up for you. The stomping's bad enough, but I get the feeling this will get worse before it gets better.
You're not wrong. A vicious slam of the knee into the ring post.
He's using that ring post to attack his opponent's knee, and that is great strategy, picking apart your opponent a piece at a time.
And I don't care how tough you are. Your joints are always vulnerable to brutal attacks like that.
Watch the way he picks apart his opponent's leg here.
You called it. That knee bounced right off the ring post, and the ring post didn't budge an inch.
They're right next to the barricade. What's going to happen next?
Head first, right into the barricade, and that's even more painful than it looks. Oh boy, it's never a good thing when your opponent's got you by the barricade.
A sickening impact as flesh and bone meets that unforgiving security barrier. Head first right into the security barricade, and this might be getting a little too close for comfort for these fans.
Hey, you buy a ringside seat, you gotta expect stuff like that. Talk about using your head.
Or your opponent's head anyway. Oh my, a brutal slam of the head right into that security barrier.
There's a very thin layer of padding along that barrier, but trust me, that doesn't soften the blow much at all. Head first, right into the barricade.
And at this point in the match, you can't afford to take a move like that. Would you look at that? A vicious slam of the head into that thinly padded security barrier.
Thinly padded is right. You get your head bounced off of it, it's gonna take its toll. Believe me. You can feel that impact from here.
He slammed his opponent's head right off that security barrier, and he's in good position to follow up now. What brutality! There's no give whatsoever to that security barrier.
Nope, and let me tell you, that padding doesn't soften the blow much at all.
Did you see that? Head first, right into the barricade.
I hope someone's got a whole bottle of aspirin waiting backstage after this match, because you're gonna need it after that. That's a smart move, slamming his opponent's head into the barrier like that.
I don't know if it's smart or just plain vicious, but there's no doubt that it's going to take its toll.
I've taken that one before, and it's not the most fun thing I've ever done.
My head hurts just thinking about it. I can't even imagine how painful that must be.
He's got his opponent by the barricade.
Chest first, right onto the security wall. He might have knocked the wind out of his opponent there. Looks like he's planning on using that security barricade for something more than crowd control.
He sure is. Chest first, right into the top of the barricade. I think that barricade's about to come into play.
Chest first, right onto it. That'll knock the wind right out of you. He's got his opponent next to the barricade. What is he up to?
Oh my, he might have just knocked the wind out of his opponent right there. Uh-oh, I'm not sure I like where this is going.
What an impact. That's a good way to break a rib or three. Those fans at ringside are going to be up close and personal for this one.
Did you see that? He might have just cracked his opponent's ribs by dropping him onto that barricade. Look out, folks. Chest first, right onto that security wall.
And that's what you call a sickening impact. I think I heard something crack. Oh boy, someone's going for a ride.
And talk about your bad landings. Splashed, chest first, onto that unforgiving security wall. That can knock the wind and the fight right out of you. He's got some bad intentions in mind for that security wall.
And that's a smart move right there, using that barrier as a weapon against his opponent. That's a great way to knock the fight right out of him. Oh, man. Look out below.
Dropped directly onto the barricade. And I don't think that thin layer of padding did much to soften that impact. Look at this. He just dropped his opponent chest first onto that thinly padded barricade.
And that's what you've got to do if you want to win this match. You have to use the ringside environment to your advantage. Uh-oh, this isn't good.
Chest first, right onto the security wall. That's going to take some time to recover from, but time is a luxury you don't often have in a match like this. He's got him hanging off of the apron, and he's grinding his forearm right into the facial features of his opponent.
That's gonna leave a mark, believe you me.
There's the forearm grind, a painful maneuver.
That's all about showing your opponent who's in charge right there. He sure isn't going easy on his opponent. Look at the way he's grinding that forearm right into the face.
I can only imagine how excruciating that must be. Hanging off the ring apron is not where you want to be, and that's why.
It's a tough position to get out of, and it really gives your opponent a chance to work you over. He's got his opponent right where he wants him, and there's a vicious forearm across the eyes.
This is all about weakening your opponent's spirit and body at the same time. His opponent is helpless, and he's going to work with that forearm.
This is a display of physical dominance, pure and simple. It's all about proving to your opponent that they don't have a chance of overpowering you. An old school forearm, and he's grinding it right across the face. That hurts like a son of a gun, believe me.
I don't doubt it, partner. That twisted expression of pain on his opponent's face tells the whole story. This is not where you want to wind up. Hanging off the apron with your opponent in total control.
And a wicked chest slap. Nothing like adding a little insult to injury, or injury to injury for that matter. He's setting his opponent up.
A vicious chop to the chest. That one echoed off the walls of the arena.
Look at this. We got some old school brutality.
A fierce chest slap. That's got to make you think twice about continuing the match.
Look at this. That's an old school move right there.
A sharp chop to the chest like that can knock the wind right out of you. He's got his opponent in a very vulnerable position.
What a slap to the chest. That's all about breaking the will of your opponent.